All right, guys, we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Academy Awards 2019 nominations discussion. I am happy to be here. The Oscars were announced earlier today, as many of you know, and today I want to talk about the nominations and what all of us thought of it overall, what we thought was missing, or possibly what we may think would win. I am not alone. If you guys remember, I did this last year with Andrew and Double Nine. Double Nine said he couldn't be on here tonight, unfortunately, but Andrew is back, and I have two guests who, and this is actually the first time they're on this channel. So if any of you guys like to make your introductions, any one of you can go first. It doesn't matter. Go right ahead.
I guess I'll go first. Hi, everyone. It is me, Caden LaPlante, aka Robin Ronder. I'm very excited to be here finally on Diego's channel. And I'm very excited to discuss the Oscar nominations. I wasn't going to do like a video or anything on them, so I'm very happy to discuss them here.
Yeah, and I'm happy to have you on here too. I'm looking forward to having this discussion with you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Gary Rucker, aka MC Deadpool. I'm happy to be on here with my boys, Keaton and Mr. Diego, and of course Andrew Hayes here, and to talk about the Oscar nominations. Because I got a lot to say, but we'll get to that later. But glad to be on here.
Yeah, and indeed we will. We will have a lot to say about some of these categories. All right, and last and certainly least,
it's everybody's boy, Andrew Hayes, aka Big Nasty. What's going on?
All right, that's your introduction. Then cool. So we'll get right to it then. All right. So how it's going to work is I have the list of nominations on my phone, so I'll be reading them off, and then we'll be discussing it. So the first three categories on the Academy Award list is the Best Live Action Short, Best Documentary Short, and Best Animated Short. We don't really have much to say about those other than the Pixar short, Bo or Bao. I'm not sure how to pronounce that.
It's Bao or something.
It's Bao. But in any way, it was the one before Incredibles 2, and I'm glad that's on there. I can't really speak for any of the other ones. I haven't seen them, but I'm glad that one made it on there. That was a really good one. I enjoyed that one immensely.
Yeah, me too.
So, and I think we all agree on that. So we're just going to skip those. No disrespect to those, by the way. I mean, I'm sure all these people worked very hard. It's just we don't really have much to say about those because we just don't see them. All right, but in any case, the first category we're going to be going over is Best Visual Effects. So here are the nominations for Best Visual Effects for 2018 films: Avengers: Infinity War, Christopher Robin, First Man, Ready Player One, and Solo or Star Wars Story. Now, the first thing I want to say, personally, is I'm very surprised Black Panther's not on here. Like, I thought that was going to be a lock for visual effects. Not that I'm saying it 100% deserved it, but I could have sworn that was one of the nominations it was definitely going to get. So I was surprised to see Christopher Robin replace that. Overall, I'm happy with this list. I think Ready Player One, I don't love the movie, but I think the visuals are outstanding in that. First Man as well had really good visual effects, especially in the third act when Neil Armstrong's on the moon. That looked, it's like you thought he was on the moon. It's crazy. And Infinity War, of course, the MCU is known for having great visual effects, so Infinity War proved that. Christopher Robin is a choice I didn't expect, but I'm not complaining. And Solo, despite the fact I didn't like the movie, I do think the visual effects were solid. And as far as snubs, I would say Annihilation. It wasn't on the short list, but I thought the visuals in that was outstanding. So it's surprising to me that wasn't nominated. So any of you guys have anything you want to say about this category? Any surprises or, just anything you want to say?
I just want to say I'm very happy that Infinity War got the nomination over Black Panther because that's one of the issues of Black Panther. I thought the visual effects could have been better. And Infinity War, I think, easily has the best visual effects in any MCU film. So I'm very happy about that. And overall, the nominations are fine. I think it's gonna go to First Man probably. So and I from what I haven't seen the film, from what I've seen parts of the landing scene, and the visual effects there are just look incredible. So but that's basically all I'll say.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I think I'm sorry, Gary, you can go ahead.
You can go ahead.
Oh, no, I was going to say, I agree with Caden saying that Infinity War had better visual effects than Black Panther. Because for me, for Black Panther, I thought the visual effects mostly were good, but I felt like towards the third act, especially that fight scene, it kind of like the fight scene was well filmed, and and I was invested in the characters, but some of the the shots kind of took me out of the movie. It looked like a PS2 game. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah. All right, you can go ahead, MC Deadpool.
For the most part, I'm really happy about this. I'm like you, Diego. I didn't love Ready Player One. I liked it. I didn't love it, but I thought the visuals in that movie were phenomenal. But I was surprised Christopher Robin got nominated, but at the same time, I'm happy it did because I watched it yesterday, and the visual effects are just amazing. And of course, Infinity War and First Man, I'm ecstatic. Like I'm ecstatic those got nominated. Solo, not the biggest fan of that movie. And the effects, I like the effects in that movie are really good. But I would have put in something else, to be honest with you. And as far as for like snubs, bro, I agree. Annihilation, I wish could have gotten in there because to me those effects are just phenomenal. I know a lot of people are saying Aquaman got snubbed, but to be honest, I didn't really think it was gonna get nominated anyways. And to be fair, some of the effects in the movie, although the movie does look beautiful, some of the effects do look a little iffy at times. Uh, as far as like who's gonna win this, I think honestly I know a lot of people are saying like it's gonna be First Man, but honestly I think it's gonna go head to head between Infinity War and First Man, to be honest with you. Like, because, but that's kind of how I think it's gonna turn out. But overall, good nominations.
Yeah, I do think First Man's gonna win as well. But yeah. All right, Andrew, you have any thoughts on the category?
Yeah, no, I'm very surprised Christopher Robin got in there. I didn't think it would be, but I'm very happy Christopher Robin got in there because it's a fun movie, nice little movie. But I do very enjoy the visuals in that movie, so I'm happy that it got nominated for that. If I were to pick the win, probably First Man. For that landing scene alone, it could go to Infinity War or Ready Player One, but I'm like pretty confident that'll go to First Man.
Yeah. All right, so moving on. All right, so I actually do have a confession to make. I've been watching the Oscars for like over 10 years, and I still don't know the difference between sound editing and sound mixing.
I can explain it quickly.
Oh, sure. Yeah, please.
Okay, so basically, sound editing is how like the audio was like chopped up and like how loud it is. And basically mixing is how like it's placed in like a 5.1 or like 7.1 like surround system. That's basically it.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. So there is a difference. I remember last year the same category, the two categories had the same exact movie, so it made it harder for me to distinguish between the two.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, cool. But thank you for clarifying. That makes things clear. All right. So so the first one is best sound mixing. So here are the nominations for best sound mixing: Black Panther, Bohemian Rhapsody, First Man, Roma, and A Star Is Born. Overall, I think it's a pretty good list. I'm very happy Roma is on there. I mean, the sound in that movie is unreal. And I'm very happy A Star Is Born's on there. Same with First Man. Pretty good nominees overall. I mean, I'm not mad about any of them. So, you guys have anything you want to say about that category?
I have to say that like this is actually a really, really good like slate of films that are nominated. Like I haven't seen First Man yet, but I've seen every film here, and the sound in it, and especially like the mixing, was fantastic. But in my opinion, this has to go to Roma.
Oh yeah,
the sound mixing in Roma is some of the best that I've like ever heard. Like you'll hear like in the background like birds chirping, like people talking, and like you'll actually feel like they're like in like the theater. If you're seeing it in theaters or if you're watching it at home, it's insane. But if it doesn't go to Roma, I think for like sound mixing, I wouldn't mind to go to Bohemian Rhapsody because that had amazing sound work in that film. But if it isn't Roma, I think it will probably go to Black Panther.
Yeah, I agree. Roma is my pick to win too. But honestly, if any of these win, I wouldn't be mad at all. They're all worthy of being nominated, in my opinion. MC Deadpool, do you have anything to say about this category?
Pretty much kind of you guys said it, but no, for me, I think Rome is probably the clear winner here. But if it doesn't win, maybe it could be for me. I think might go to A Star Is Born. But the rest of the nominations, Black Panther, it's cool we got nominated. First Man is great. I'm glad that got nominated. Bohemian Rhapsody, despite how I feel about that movie personally, uh, sure, it's cool,
Right.
but Roma's
Right. Yeah, I agree. You have anything you want to say, Andrew?
No, I mean this is I'm very happy with the nominees here. If I were to choose one for me personally, Roma, but I'd be happy if A Star Is Born won. I wouldn't be surprised if they gave it to Bohemian Rhapsody. But if I were to choose a winner, probably Roma.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think definitely. I think Roma's a runner-up for that category, and then probably Star Is Born. If not Star Is Born, then Black Panther. So one of those three is going to win it. All right, so moving on. Now we're going to Best Sound Editing. The nominations are Black Panther, Bohemian Rhapsody, First Man, A Quiet Place, and Roma. Again, happy with these nominees as well, especially for A Quiet Place. It's nice to see that movie in that category. I think that deserves to be there 100%. And yeah, I mean, all these choices are also very good. I don't have any complaints. I can't really think of another movie they could nominate. I mean, there probably is a couple they could, but can't really think of any at the moment. But these nominees, once again, are really good and very similar to the sound mixing category. So, you guys have anything you want to say about that category?
I'll say this. I do think A Star Is Born should be nominated for this because the sound editing in that film, I think like editing wise, maybe is the best I heard like all last year. Like that, like the music scenes, especially like they're so well edited and like they're so like so much like bass there and like so much like it's so clear to hear. Really well done. But I do hope out of the nominees this does go to Roma because the sound in that film is just like out of this world. But if it doesn't, it will probably just go to like Black Panther, Bohemian Rhapsody. But I think it's really cool they nominated A Quiet Place though because like that film, you know, obviously people like the film obviously, but like a part of why it was really popular was like how like quiet it is and how like immersive it is, and the sound editing like was a big part of that. So it's cool that they recognized it for that.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. And at least it was the only nomination it got, but it's impressive, especially for like the plot of that movie and how it utilized its concept and stuff.
Yep.
MC Deadpool, you have anything you want to say about the sound editing category?
I'm glad. I mean, even though it's a Tony nomination, I'm happy for A Quiet Place being in there. That was one of my favorites of last year. Like how it incorporates sound in the movie is just incredible. Roma, I'm happy that got in there as well. I do wish The Star Is Born kind of got in there too, because how they incorporate music in that movie. But also, another big snub, I guess you can say another big snub for me, and this kind of goes back to sound mixing as well, is that I honestly thought that maybe it could have been it might be a long shot, but I could have thought that maybe Mission Impossible Fallout could have gotten there into at least.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Mainly because like only just like the bathroom fight, the Halo jump, the helicopter chase, like that one I was like I was shocked that it didn't get nominated for the sound category. Yeah, pretty good nominees overall. I guess you can say out of the snubs that probably Mission Impossible Fallout is probably.
Yeah, that's I can't believe I forgot that. That was like in my top 5 of that last year, and I like forgot about that one. Yeah, that would have been a really good one to have, but. Yeah, I agree. Tony's in the live chat. What's up, Tony? Thank you for watching. All right, so yeah, I agree with you overall, though, MC. All right, Andrew, you have anything you want to say about the sound editing category?
For the sound editing, I'm very happy A Quiet Place got in there, because that is just I love that movie, and the sound editing in that movie is fantastic. I really hope it wins. I don't think it will win, but I'm really hoping it wins because that would be my personal choice to win that award. But I'm just happy it got nominated, that it got at least one nomination, and the right, like a deserving one at that. So I'm just very happy A Quiet Place got in there.
Yeah. Yeah, and as far as what I think is going to win, I think Roma is going to win that. Almost positive it will. All right, so moving on, we'll go to Best Production Design. The nominations are Black Panther, The Favorite, First Man, Mary Poppins Returns, and Roma. This is one of the ones I knew The Favorite was going to get. Favorite got a lot of nominations. We'll talk about that a little more, obviously. But this is the one I'm like, yeah, there's no way The Favorite's not going to get this one. And it deserves this one. I mean, the production design of that was fantastic. Same with Black Panther. The production design of that was just amazing. Same with Roma. And, yeah, this category overall is really good. I don't really have much else to say except that the 5 nominations that are on there, I'm happy with. So, you guys have anything you want to add or say about this category, the best production design?
I do think The Favorite is gonna win. I mean, the production design in that film is incredible. It's like beautiful to look at, and just like the scenery and stuff. It's all great. But personally, for me, I would actually really like Roma to win because it's really interesting with the production design in that film. Like Alfonso Cuarón for like the house that it's like as you picture in the film, like he actually used like pieces of like furniture from like his childhood and stuff in it, and like he like really like made sure like he like picked out like specific places to film scenes at, and just make sure like you know like the design and everything was all like as accurate as it could be to like the 70s and then during that time. You know, I think it's a very detailed production wise, but The Favorite is as well, and The Favorite I think just has as good production design. And I know The Favorite was nominated for a lot, but to be honest, this is one of the only ones that I can actually like see like it being like a lock for. So if it does go to The Favorite, I'm not going to be surprised, or would I be upset? So yeah, that's it.
All right, MC Deadpool, you have anything you want to say about the best production design category?
Pretty much kind of what Caden said, but say I feel like The Favorite's probably a block for this category. But if Roma wins, hell, even if Black Panther wins, like I would not be upset because like Black Panther, the production design of it is just a look of Wakanda, and even the scene where T'Challa is going to the plains to talk with his father, like that was beautiful. And Roma, of course, and I like kind of what Keaton said. I thought Roma was better, but like The Favorite's obviously probably, no pun intended, the favorite in this category. So.
Oh God! God, you pulling a Tony now with the puns. All right.
Nobody will be the master of puns unlike Tony. Tony is a god.
That is very true, actually. Mm-hmm. All right, and do you have anything you want to say about the best production design category?
I'm very happy with this. I have not seen Mary Poppins Returns, so but production design looks great in that. So I mean I can't really complain about that. The Favorite again is probably the favorite to win.
Oh
God!
So I really like that. It's definitely going to win a lot of the design, the design awards and whatnot. So yeah.
Yeah, my pick would be Roma, but if The Favorite won, I would not be mad at all. I agree. I think that's going to win too. So. All right, moving on. Now we're on to Best Original Song. Best Original Song. All right, the nominees are All the Stars from Black Panther, I'll Fight from RBG, The Place Where Lost Things Go from Mary Poppins Returns, Shallow from A Star Is Born, and When a Cowboy Trades His Spurs for Wings, The Ballad of Buster Scruggs. Now, I think this is one of the few categories where we already know what the winner is going to be, which is Shallow from A Star Is Born. And that's my pick to win, too. All the Stars is a really good song. I'm happy that's there. Now, this is interesting because this is one of the categories I wrote my predictions for. And I thought the nomination was going to go to, Mary Poppins Return song, Trip a Little Light Fantastic. I thought that was going to be the one nominated, but it wasn't. It was The Place Where Lost Things Go, and I'm happy about that. Personally, I prefer The Place Where Lost Things Go over the other song. The other song's good, too, but that is the one I prefer, so I'm happy with that. The Ballad of Buster Scruggs song, I'm a little surprised this movie got any Oscar recognition. Not that it's a bad movie or anything. I just didn't think it was going to be nominated for anything. So, and the song is good. Just personally for me, this year was very strong for original songs, and one that's missing here, and I know it wasn't on the short list, but I'll Never Love Again from A Star Is Born is one that's I think should have been on here, especially since it was at the finale of that movie and how powerful that song was. And you know, if you've seen the movie, you know how it plays out in the scene, and it was just perfect. And the song is just great too. I would have also put The Big Unknown from Widows. Widows got nothing. So and I at least wish it got this nomination because that song from Sade is phenomenal. The Big Unknown, it's really good. And Ashes, which also was not on the short list either, here. And another one I would say, there's a movie called Hearts Beat Loud, which came out this year, and that has like a lot of original songs, and none of them are on here. So there are a couple of snubs, but the good thing is that Shallow's on here, and that's going to win, and that's the one I want to win. And like there are a couple of good songs here too, but overall, I do think this category could have been a little better. So, do you guys have anything you want to say about that category?
I think it's a lock that Shallow's going to win.
Yeah.
You know, I will admit though, I don't think Shallow is the best song in that film. I think I'll Never Love Again is easily, in my opinion at least. But you know, Shallow makes sense because it was like a really big promotion piece, and it's a popular song. So, and I'm not really sure if anything else is going to go to A Star Is Born. So I think they'll give it to this. You know, songs like All the Stars, I'll Fight is actually a very underrated song, and The Place Where Lost Things Go. They're all good songs. Yeah, but I just think it's a lock for Shallow. So
yeah, for sure. All right, MC, you have anything you want to say about best original song?
I think this is one of the few awards where it's kind of a lock.
Yeah,
exactly. Shallow is like the song is phenomenal. Like you guys, it's not my favorite song in Star Is Born. That's easily I'll Never Love Again because that fucking song made me fucking cry at the end, especially watching the ending of that movie. The no fucking ending made me fucking cry as hard as that movie did. Well, besides Infinity War, but anyways, but as far as like All the Stars, very good. It's cool that Kendrick is nominated. As far as anything I would love to see in there, of course, Never Love Again. Another Ashes, that would be cool if that got nominated. Also, even though it wasn't on the short list, Sunflower from Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I wish.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's really good.
I love that song. I've been jamming that song ever since I saw the movie. And probably the biggest snub of all, and I cannot believe it wasn't nominated. Where was Venom by Eminem for Venom?
Oh my God. Tony said the same thing in the chat. He's like, "Where's masterpiece known as Venom?"
Hey, guys,
Tony,
listen.
it's not on this list, and he doesn't deserve to be on the list.
Listen, if there was an award at the Oscars for best original song that sounds like someone starting his car, Venom, 100% lock.
Yeah. Eminem is going for his second Oscar. Let's go.
Oh my God. And it wasn't on the short list. God. If that was nominated, I would have laughed my ass off. I would have been laughing so hard.
Dude,
Honestly, it's not a good song, but I love listening to it because I laugh my ass off every time I listen to it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh
yeah,
God.
yeah, but Shallow's gonna win this. Hashtag no love for Venom. What the
fuck? All right, Angie, you have anything you want to say about the original song category?
I mean, I actually very much like When a Cowboy Trades His Spurs for Wings, so I'm kind of like happy that got nominated because I do like that song a lot. One nomination that you guys haven't mentioned that I think was snubbed and was on the shortlist was Revelation from Boy Erased.
Oh my God! Yeah, you're right. I forgot all about that song.
Oh shit!
That song should have been nominated. It's a beautiful song. And I'm just happy Kendrick Lamar Duckworth is now Oscar nominated. So
yeah,
that's pretty cool. Yeah,
because I love Kendrick Lamar, and All the Stars is great. So that's cool. But yeah, Shallow's gonna win. I'd be surprised if it would go to anything, and it'd be a crime if it went to anything. To be honest,
I think the only one that could really give a competition is All the Stars.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so moving on. So the next category is Best Original Score. The nominations are Black Klansman, Black Panther, If Beale Street Could Talk, Isle of Dogs, and Mary Poppins Returns. Now, for these nominations, overall, there were a couple of surprises, and this is one of the biggest surprises. I am shocked First Man got on here, and I will tell you why. First of all, I thought the score for First Man was amazing. It was incredible. And I thought for sure when I was listening to it, I'm like, this is definitely going to get nominated. But it's not just that. It won at the Golden Globes and at the Critics' Choice Awards this category, the Best Original Score. And it got nothing at the Academy Awards. That to me is shocking. And I do think that's a snub because that score for that movie, even though that movie, like I think First Man's a really good movie. It wasn't on my best of 2018 list, but I still like the movie a lot. I thought the score was one of the absolute best things in that movie. So the fact that it's not on here is shocking. But I'm very happy if Beale Street Could Talk is on there. I mean, the score for that is beautiful. It's a really nice score to listen to. Black Klansman also had a great score. Black Panther had a good score. Isle of Dogs is one I didn't think was going to get a nomination for that, but the score for that, and I rewatched that movie a couple of weeks ago with my mom, and the score is great. I mean, it really does stand out when you're watching the movie. And Mary Poppins Returns as well. I mean, the score is pretty good. I mean, the songs in the film are, they're well done. The musical numbers are good, but it's not just the musical numbers. It's also the music, the score of the movie. It's also, it's nice to listen to. So overall, other than First Man not being nominated, I think the category is good. Who I think is going to win? I actually think if Beale Street Could Talk has a very good chance of winning. So that's my opinion anyway. So what do you guys think of this category?
I'll say this. I'm very, very happy if Beale Street Could Talk got nominated because the score in that film blew me away. It is so emotional and just so it just takes you away in the film, and I just think it makes the emotion and the tension in that film even more intense and just involving. I mean, Isle of Dogs had a fantastic score. Mary Poppins Returns. I know I've not seen Black Klansman yet. I will have to see that, but I will say this though. Of all the nominations, Black Panther is my favorite out of all these, and I do think it's going to win. I mean, the score in Black Panther was one of the absolute coolest scores I've ever heard. The mix of African drums and modern day musical instruments and stuff. I just love that drum kind of beat that repeats throughout the film and in the soundtrack. I don't know. I just love it. I think it's fantastic, and I think it adds a lot to kind of showing the culture and diversity of the film that it represents. And I do hope it wins. I do think this will win it too. If not, though, Beale Street Could Talk should definitely win because the score in that film is outstanding.
Yeah. Tony loved all of the nominees for original score. It would have been cool to see First Man and Incredibles 2 in there. Yeah, Incredibles 2 had a great score as well. I agree. Mm-hmm. All right, MC, what do you got to say about the best original score category?
All I got to say is probably the biggest thing about this entire category is for me is First Man, because even though I have not seen it, if Beale Street Could Talk, I will try to. For me, out of all the movies I've seen this year, First Man, for me, has easily the best score of the year. What Justin Hurst did was truly impactful, and I was shocked that he didn't get in for this category. But as for the other nominees, I'm happy that Black Panther got nominated. For me, that's one. It's usually when it comes to MCU scores, some of them aren't really the most memorable, but I say that Black Panther score definitely it has more of a personality to it. Like Hayden, mixing kind of the African American type culture with modern day type music. I thought that was impressive. Black Klansman, I'm happy that got in there, but overall, as far as snubs, probably which kind of Annihilation got in there for best score.
Yeah,
it'll be cool, and even though it was a long shot, I was kind of hoping that maybe, even though I knew it was probably not going to happen, that Infinity War would get in there because that's about Infinity War for me has the best score in the MCU to date, in my opinion. But overall good nominations. But I feel like out of everybody, it's probably gonna go to Bill Street. So.
Yeah. I think if Beale Street has a good chance of winning, well, I mean, I could see it also going to Black Panther as well. Ryan O'Toole is in the live chat. He said Bradley Cooper is snubbed. Yeah, we'll get to that in a little bit. So we're working out from the bottom to the top. So right now we're on original score. We won't get to that till a little later, but I'm on your side, so I'll say that as of now. And do you have anything you want to say regarding the best original score category?
I mean, First Bitch should have 100% be here. It's kind of ridiculous that it's not. I don't know exactly what I would replace because I haven't seen Mary Poppins Returns. But the one that I'm really happy about, I'm very happy about If Beale Street Could Talk, but I'm extremely happy about Isle of Dogs because, I like that movie a lot. But the one thing that I always kind of talked about and that stuck in my mind in regards to that movie was the score. So to see it get recognized is, I think, pretty awesome. I love the score for Isle of Dogs. That would be my personal pick to win. But I wouldn't be upset if Beale Street Could Talk won or Black Panther. But if I were to choose one, what I think is gonna win, Beale Street Could Talk. But what I would like to win is Isle of Dogs.
All right, yeah, I mean that did have a great score. So, all right, moving on. We have best makeup and hairstyling. So this category always has 3 nominations. So, like always, there's 3 nominations for this year. All right, so the nominations are Border, Mary Queen of Scots, and Vice. All right, so I'm not going to have really much to say about this one because I've never even heard of that movie, Border. I don't know what that is. Mary Queen of Scots, I did not see. Just one of the few movies I missed out on last year. But from the trailer, the makeup and hairstyling look decent. Again, I haven't seen the movie, so I can't really comment much on that. I'm happy Vice is on there, though. The makeup was crazy in that. I'm surprised. There's one movie I'm surprised didn't make it on there, which is The Favorite. I thought that was going to be on there, but I guess not. So I've only seen Vice, and that is a good choice in my opinion, but I did not see the other one, so I can't comment on that. But I don't know why there's only 3. I feel like there should be 5. That's just me personally, though. All right, you guys have anything you want to say about this category?
As much as I loved Vice, I think that film is fantastic. To be honest, I think The Favorite should have been is more deserving of getting this award. I mean, the makeup and the hair in that film were just like incredible to see, and just like it was just like it was really well done, and like it really like kind of like captured like like the spirit of like like how like people would like like do like their hair and like makeup back then. I know it's like an easy thing to do considering how like historic that look is. But it was really well done, and like like the makeup and hairstyling is great in Vice, definitely. But I think The Favorite is more deserving of it. But I think Vice is a lock to win this. I know American Scots, and Border I heard has very good makeup and hairstyling. But I mean, I just think it's a lock for Vice. It's the most well known one, and the Academy probably appreciates it the most. So. Which isn't bad. I think it has great makeup and hairstyling, but I think The Favorite was snubbed in this category.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. I think The Favorite should have been on there. I'm surprised it's not. All right. So, anything you want to say about this category?
The Favorite got snubbed big time. Honestly, for me, I think it should be the clear winner because it kind of the makeup and the hairstyling for that movie kind of captured the time period very well. But Vice is the only movie I've seen out of the 3. And I thought the makeup in that movie was incredible. Mary Queen of Scots, I've only seen the trailer, and from what I've seen, the makeup looks cool. And I never heard of Border, so I don't have that much to say. But that's all I gotta say.
All right, and Andrew, you have anything you want to say about this category?
I mean, I think the clear favorite is Vice. I have not seen Mary Queen of Scots either, and I haven't seen Border, so I really can't comment on that much. I do agree that the favorite should have been here, but I think Vice is the clear favorite.
Yeah, I think that's gonna win too. All right, so we'll move on from that. Now we're on to best film editing. Nominations are Black Klansman, Bohemian Rhapsody, The Favorite, Green Book, and Vice. All right, so there is one snub for me in this category, and that is Roma not being on here. I thought the editing in that movie was absolutely terrific. And when I was watching it, I was not fortunate like Caden to see it in the theater. I envy him for that. I saw it at home. But even then, I was still, the experience watching at home was still amazing. And the editing was so well done. And I thought, wow, this is probably going to win for best editing. And it's not even nominated. But in any case, Black Klansman had great editing. The Favorite did as well. Bohemian Rhapsody, I would say that the editing is good. Vice is pretty interesting because I know Vice is polarizing, and the editing, for me anyway, I thought the editing, I don't know, not that it was bad, but sometimes the editing kind of took me out of the movie. I mean, I get what he was going for, and I can see why some people liked the editing in the movie, but for me, I don't know. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't for me, but that's just me. What I think will win is probably either Black Klansman or The Favorite. Probably more towards The Favorite, but yeah, that's all I got to say about that. But yeah, I'm upset about Roma not being on here. You guys have anything you want to say about this category?
When I saw Vice, the thing that really struck me was the editing. I thought it was very risky and very aggressive editing. It was very odd in a way, but I really really dug it. And if it won best editing, I would definitely be happy with that. But personally, I think The Favorite had the best editing of the films in this category that I have seen. I haven't seen Green Book and Black Klansman yet, but I will soon. But I thought the editing in The Favorite was some of the best of last year. I do think the film drags a little bit towards the end, but besides that, I mean, the pace is really consistent. There's really no filler in it at all that they kept in, and it just it just it moved very smoothly editing wise. But I think editing wise, it will probably either go to The Favorite or Black Klansman probably, but I mean, if any of these won, I mean, I wouldn't really, I guess, be upset. I mean, okay, if Bohemian Rhapsody won, I'd be kind of upset since I don't think the editing in that film is really anything special. Plus, it's kind of boring. So, but whatever, I guess. Yeah, I hope The Favorite wins. So, or Vice.
All right, MC, you got anything you want to say about the film editing category?
Happy with all of these except Bohemian Rhapsody. But I don't think that should be in there at all. I think Roma should be in there. I don't.
If anything, Roma had way better editing than Bohemian Rhapsody.
No, seriously. But out of all the nominees, I think you guys, it's gonna be between Black Klansman and Favorite. And honestly, out of the two. I think I want to see. I wish Black. I think Black Klansman should win, but because I thought the editing. That's kind of my biggest problem with The Favorite. That I thought there are some scenes, especially kind of near the end, where kind of drag. It's all right, come on, can I speed up a little bit? But I honestly, I didn't really have that problem with Black Klansman, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, so I honestly wish that would win, but I think The Favorite's probably in this category.
Mm-hmm. All right, Andrew, you have anything you want to say about the best film editing category?
I agree. Bohemian Rhapsody should not be nominated for this. I think the editing is fine. It's nothing special. Roma should 1,000% be here. And Vice. Again, I don't hate the editing, but sometimes it did take me out of the film, like Diego. Yeah, I'm fine for the most part. Other than Bohemian Rhapsody, that's the only one I'm kind of upset about because the editing wasn't special in my eyes. So Roma should be there, or maybe even something like A Quiet Place should be there. or I would say maybe even Avengers Infinity War should be there, but like Bohemian Rhapsody like shouldn't. But if I were to choose one, probably The Favorite or Black Klansman.
Or another one, Mission Impossible Fallout. I think.
Yeah, that's another one.
Oh
yeah,
that'd be a great one.
Like Bohemian Rhapsody shouldn't be there. Like the film editing in that isn't like that great. There's so many other films where the editing impressed me enough to where I go, oh, that should get a nomination. But Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh, and A Star Is Born as well, I would say.
Oh yeah.
For editing.
Or another one. I got another one. I know this might be really, but Hereditary. For me, I think.
Oh yeah, Hereditary. The editing in that was great.
Yeah. So there's like a bunch of movies you can list off that could have replaced Bohemian Rhapsody with, but it's on there. I don't think it's going to win that one though. So
it's just kind of like weird that it got nominated.
Right. Yeah. It's kind of weird it got other nominations too, but we'll get to that in a
bit. Should have only got one, but.
All right. So next one is Best Cinematography. Nominations are Cold War, The Favorite, Never Look Away, Roma, and A Star Is Born. So right off the bat, Cold War is a film I wanted to see, but it did not play anywhere near me, so I did not get to see it. But from the praise that I've heard from Cold War, the cinematography was the one thing I saw that people said stood out in that movie. Never Look Away, I know it's a foreign movie, but I'm not familiar with what that movie is or the plot or anything about it, so I can't comment on that. The Favorite, I'm very happy with. The cinematography in that was phenomenal. Like, so a very beautiful cinematography with the way how scenes are shot and how the camera moved. It was great. Star Is Born as well, especially the concert scenes and again, just the way it was shot. I thought it was great. But Roma, for me, I'm so glad it's on here. That was after I saw Roma, I was like, this is my pick for best cinematography of the year. I really hope that wins. And it's the first time Alfonso Cuarón did cinematography on his own. Well, he did a lot of things on his own for this movie, but cinematography was so impressive. So many long takes and beautiful shots. And yeah, I really hope that wins. I think that's going to win too. But one thing I'm surprised that's not on here is If Beale Street Could Talk, because that cinematography for that movie blew me away. Same with First Man. That had very good cinematography as well. But again, I don't know if I should really complain because, again, I haven't seen Cold War, Never Look Away. So it'd be, I don't know. I feel like it'd be a little wrong for me to be like, these shouldn't be on there when I haven't seen them. So, but yeah, that's pretty much my overall thoughts. I think Roma's going to win. If not Roma, then probably The Favorite. But we'll see what happens. What do you guys have to say about this category?
I agree with you. Roma, I think, is a lock to win this. It should win this. I mean, I'm happy you brought up that Alfonso Cuarón did like cinematography for this film, and honestly, some of the shots in this film for like him to like, I believe this like first time him doing it all is very impressive. And I just love the way the camera moves in that film. And like it's just very like intimate and it's really well done. I'm happy Cold War got in there. I will be seeing that very soon. But from what I saw, the cinematography in that one, and like the trailer, it looks beautiful. The Favorite had really good cinematography, and so did Star Is Born. But I think Roma is a lock to win it. I mean, I just thought it was just a beautiful looking film. But I will say this though, I'm not sure exactly what A24 campaigned it for. But First Reform should have been nominated. I mean, this.
Yeah.
That personally was my favorite cinematography of any film last year. But at least if Roma wins, it'll make up for it. But First Reformed, I mean, the cinematography in that film was perfect. So, and also Beale Street Could Talk, the close-ups in that film, and it was just so like intense. Man, that definitely should have been nominated. But probably gonna go to Roma. I mean, that's not a bad thing because Alfonso Cuarón will win another Oscar, which is not a bad thing. So
his as a director and just his movies always look amazing. At least from what I've seen. I haven't seen all his movies, but Children of Men, Gravity, this cinematography is just on point. So yeah. All right, MC, you have anything? you want to say about it?
Roma should win best cinematography hands down. If it doesn't, then it's gonna be a fucking riot. Yeah. As far I've only seen three of these. I have not seen Cold War. I've not seen Never Look Away. That's what it's called. I haven't seen those, but I have seen the other three. Favorite, well deserved. I'm glad it got in there. Stars Born, happy that got in there. Also, the funny thing is that this movie has the same cinematographer as fucking Venom. Both of them came out the exact same goddamn week. But yeah, the cinematography in The Stars Born is fantastic. But yeah, Roma has this in the bag. And it was. Did you say like it is Alfonso Cuarón's like first cinematography?
He's done this cinema. He's done like parts of the cinematography for like his other movies, but he did like every single shot for this movie.
Yeah, and I heard that the person who he usually does the cinematography with, Emanuel Lubensky, he wasn't available to do Roma, so he just did it himself.
The guy. Look, I've seen most of his films. I've seen Children of Men, Prisoner of Azkaban, and Gravity. All of them look great. And Roma is no exception, but that for me easily has the best cinematography of the year. As far as like some admissions that I'm surprised didn't get in there. Like I said, I'm surprised if a Bill Street gets talking for his minute didn't get in there. I'm also kind of surprised Black Panther didn't get in there as well, because I thought I thought it was gonna get in there for the cinematography, especially for some of the shots in that movie. But as far as the three, I can't really say. Again, like you, I can't really say that Cold War and Never Look Away doesn't deserve to get nominated because I haven't seen them, and it wouldn't be fair to say that. But other than that, for the other three, I'm glad they got in there.
All right, so Kevin's on the live chat. He's like, all the awards for Roma. I agree. He's like, what the fuck even is Never Look Away? I know. I said the same thing. It's a important movie, but I don't know much about it at all.
I've heard of it once, and that was it. So I mean, I usually hear of these films, so I haven't really heard of it. So
yeah, I haven't heard of this film until like the Oscar nominations. I heard those all. I never heard of them before. All right, Andrew, you got anything you want to say about the best cinematography category?
Yeah. I mean, I'm like such like a fanatic about cinematography. Like one of my favorite things about film is cinematography in it. So like I'm always trying to like pay attention to the cinematography, and the two like nominees that are like the front runners, Roma and The Favorite, I 100% agree with those. I love the cinematography in both of them, especially in Roma. Roma is actually my favorite cinematography of the year. I thought it was absolutely phenomenal in Roma. The Favorite was also like the cinematography that was also phenomenal, but like Roma, just the cinematography blew me away. It seemed like every single shot was like amazing. So I think it's the lock to win, and I really do hope it wins.
Yeah, same here, honestly. All right, so moving on. Best costume design. The nominations are The Ballad of Buster Scruggs, Black Panther, The Favorite, Mary Poppins Returns, and Mary Queen of Scots. Now, once again, I have not seen Mary Queen of Scots. I can't comment on that, but the costume design did look good from the trailer, from the commercials I've seen, so probably deserves it. Happy with these nominations, though. Black Panther, I assumed that was going to get it. I think that's... No, actually, either Black Panther or The Favorite is going to win. Probably The Favorite. Ballad of Buster Scruggs, even though I don't love that movie, I do think the costume design for that was also really good. Mary Poppins Returns as well. Yeah, a pretty good category overall. What do you guys have to say about the category?
This is probably like my least interested categories. There was a lot of really great costume design this year, but honestly, in my opinion, I know everyone is The Favorite, a big part of it was the costume design, but honestly, I think Black Panther has way better costume design than The Favorite. I mean, some of the costumes and the props that they use and stuff in that film for the costumes are so cool. And you know, I just loved like the characters would and like their outfits and stuff. I thought it was just awesome. And you know, favorite obviously it's great. Mary Poppins Returns is also very underrated costume design wise, but Black Panther was just such like a defining moment for like, you know, like showing like, you know, like the diversity and like, you know, creativity and expression of like, you know, like that culture and stuff. You know, African culture and stuff, and you know, Wakanda. It was just really cool, and I think it will either be that or the favorite, but I really hope it's Black Panther.
Yeah, Black Panther I think has the better chance of winning, honestly. All right,
Yeah.
MC, you have anything you want to say about the best costume design category?
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the best original song too because I'm surprised Ballad of Buster Scruggs is getting a lot of these nominations.
Yeah, this is one I didn't expect it to get either, but I'm happy that got it, even though I don't love the movie. I think that deserved it there.
Yeah, like I like the movie, but I didn't expect to get that the nomination. Yeah, but yeah, it's cool that I got in there. It's gonna go with hand in hand between Black Panther and favorite, but honestly, I feel like Black Panther might have the edge because the look, like how they kind of represent like the African culture and the diversity in the movie. It's probably gonna win, but I would not be surprised if favorite wins in this category and. Unlike like Andrew, Kevin, if you're watching this, you still have never seen Mary Poppins Returns, so I'm an asshole. So yeah.
All right, Andrew, you got anything you want to say about the best costume design category?
I have not seen Mary Poppins Returns or Mary Queen of Scots, but both of the costumes in that look pretty solid. I agree with Caden saying that Black Panther should probably win this. It is probably going to go to the favorite, though. But I really hope Black Panther wins. And Ballad of Buster Scruggs, the costume design's pretty good in that, too. But Black Panther.
Yeah. All right, so I guess we'll move on. The next category is best foreign language film. And I do want to go over this one, and I know Caden has seen a couple of the films on here, so I guess I'll be asking him about some movies on here as well. All right, best foreign language film. I'm probably going to mispronounce the first one, so I do apologize in advance. Capernaum.
It's like Capernaum.
Capernaum. Okay, thank you. Capernaum. Cold War, Never Look Away, Roma, and Shoplifters. Now, I'm only going to say two things about this. Now, the only one I've seen on this list is Roma. I think it's going to win, and the reason why I think it's going to win, what has its advantage, is because it's nominated for Best Picture. So I think that alone kind of guarantees its win. Or it could go to Cold War too. It might totally upset. I don't know, because that also has another major nomination that we'll talk about later on. I have not seen any of these movies besides Roma. Shoplifters I heard was good, but there is one movie I'm surprised that's not on here, and that's because of the praise I've heard from a couple of people, and that is Burning. I thought that was going to be on here. It's not on here.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all I can really say. I didn't see any other movies. I do want to see Cold War and Shoplifters, though. I heard good things about them. The other two I'm not familiar with, and Burning I want to see. It's not on here, but I know Caden saw a couple of 2 or 3 of the movies I mentioned other than Roma. So, Caden, if you want to talk about either of the movies you want to say, because I don't know if Deadpool or Andrew saw any of the other movies, but I haven't. So I would be interested to hear what you have to say.
So Cold War just started playing near me. I decided to see Roma again instead of that, so I will see Cold War very soon.
Okay.
Capernaum has not opened up in Boston. Very excited to see that because that's the grand jury prize that came. I think it looks fantastic, so I can't wait to see that. Never Look Away, I've barely heard of, but I have seen Roma and Shoplifters, and thank you for mentioning Burning. Okay, we'll get to Best Picture later, but besides what was nominated then for that, Burning is easily it's either going to go to Roma or Cold War, but Burning was easily the biggest snub in my opinion. That film is absolutely amazing, and radar, and the fact that like it wasn't nominated, which to be honest, it makes no sense because it was literally on the short list for Best Picture. I don't believe Never Look Away was, so I don't understand why it was nominated. And Burning honestly is better than Shoplifters. I think Shoplifters is a really good film, but I don't think it's like Palme d'Or level. And personally, in my opinion, I think Palme d'Or, to me, I think it's like the more important Best Picture. That's just my opinion, of course. But I think that Burning is better than it. So I think the fact it was nominated over my it will probably come down to Roma or Cold War. I do think I will say though, because not, but I right now it's the front runner for Best. So I'm not sure if they want to give it to both Roma, both foreign language and Best Picture. I personally think they will, but if they weren't going to, I think Cold War would get it. But hypothetically, I do think Roma will get this, and if it doesn't, then I think Cold War has a very good chance of upsetting it. So
yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, so I definitely want to check out, like I said, some of the other movies, and Burning too. It's not on here, but I heard nothing but great things about that one. So, and I think Glenn from The Walking Dead's in it, right?
Stephen Yeun.
Yeah, I forgot his name.
Yeah. I didn't know he was in it. I was surprised when he.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I'll definitely check that out soon. All right, MC, you got anything you want to say about foreign language film category?
Literally the only one I've seen out of all of these is Roma. So, but I do want to check out Shoplifters. But yeah, I'm surprised Burning wasn't on here. But I actually do want to check Burning out. But Cold War, I'm not surprised. Never Look Away again. Never heard of it. And Capernaum, I never thought about it now until Mr. Falk mentioned that, and I was like, oh well, I think it's gonna get nominated, and it did. So cool. But yeah, I think it's gonna go to Roma for this category.
All right, cool. Andrew, you have any thoughts on this at all?
Not really, because all I've seen is Roma, so I really got nothing really to add to this. So.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, the only one who has seen a little more is Caden. Everyone else has just seen Roma, but we'll see what happens. So like I do agree though. If anything is to upset Roma, it might be Cold War. So we'll see. All right, the next one. This is the one that really pissed me off.
Oh,
I gotta talk about this one. Best documentary feature.
Oh God.
Oh my Lord.
The biggest, not only pissed me off, but surprised me to no end. But let me go over the nomination first. Free Solo, Hale County, This Morning, This Evening, Minding the Gap, Of Fathers and Sons, and RBG. Now, Caden, I know you saw Free Solo because I remember you talked about it the other day. And I heard good things about that one. So that's one I definitely do want to check out. But there's two movies not on here.
Oh my Lord, this is the fucking worst category.
And I remember telling Andrew this months ago. There's no way. Now, for Three Identical Strangers, that's one of the movies. Three Identical Strangers, I thought there was a pretty good chance, but if it wasn't nominated, I would have been like, all right, that would have been a little upsetting. But the one I thought that was going to be nominated for sure and possibly win is Won't You Be My Neighbor, not being on this list. Well, I have no words. That is a slap in the face. If you had seen my Best of 2018 video, Won't You Be My Neighbor was, I believe it was number 6, number 5 or 6, I'm not sure. But in any case, I love that movie. That movie was so good. It was so well done. And it wasn't just showing you how great Fred Rogers of a person was, but like, you know, the lessons that he taught and the time of whatever he was going through during that time. And at the end of the movie, there was no way you didn't cry because that movie has so many emotional scenes that you could cry at literally any scene. And it was so impactful and so well done. And it's like one of the movies that you can put on a top 10 list of like the movies that are impossible to hate. I have nothing but the highest praise for that. And it's surprising because like in the Critics' Choice Awards and documentary and basically all the other award shows, it either won or was nominated. So the fact that it's not on here, I can't believe it. It's crazy. Now, Three Identical Strangers, that was a really good documentary. It's not on here, which is unfortunate. And maybe all the other ones here are, if they're better than Won't You Be My Neighbor, then they should be the top 5 best movies of the year because I cannot believe it's not on here. When I saw the announcements live and didn't see Want to Be My Neighbor on the list, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I was shocked. That's all I really got to say. Free Solo, I didn't see. I know Caden saw it. I heard it's good. RPG, that's also got nominated for Best Original Song. Didn't see it. And Minding the Gap, I heard was good. I didn't even heard of the other two. So I don't know. But not on here. What is going on? All right. So do you got anything you want to say about this goddamn category?
Okay. All right. Here. Look, I know I haven't seen a few of them, but I have not seen What You My Neighbor. But I think it's ridiculous it wasn't nominated because it was talked about so much. It did have a good awards campaign too, and like it's like a fan favorite. So I don't know why it. And look, I did see Free Solo, and I'm like last Thursday, and it is a very, very good documentary. But I'm just gonna be honest, if I didn't see it in IMAX, I'm not sure if I would have liked it as much as I did. I think it's an interesting documentary, but like narrative wise, like it isn't as interesting as I wanted it to be. These other nominations, I haven't really. I've heard of Father and Son, but these other ones I really haven't heard of. I have seen RBG, which I thought was pretty good. I think RBG is a lock to win. But it is a shame that Won't You Be My Neighbor wasn't nominated, considering that film was very, very popular, and I know a lot of people like you guys loved it. So I don't know, like I some of these like films that weren't nominated, I just feel like it's the Academy trying to be different, and I feel like they've been doing this these past couple of years, like not nominating certain things, and I just don't get it. But
yeah, I remember like even a couple of years ago when Roger Ebert, when he passed away, he had a documentary called Life Itself.
Yes,
and then
yes.
People were praising that. And even Scott Mantz, he was like, I predicted this is going to win Best Documentary. And then guess what happened when the Academy won nominations? Nothing. Yeah, no nominations for that movie. And it's pretty much the same thing again for Mr. Rogers. It is a shame. All right, MC, Deadpool, you got anything you got to say about this category? Do you share my frustration with Want to Be My Neighbor, or am I the only one who's like all worked up about about this damn thing? You got anything you want to say, MC Deadpool? About
Oh, dude, you ain't the only motherfucker who's pissed off by this. Oh my god. Look. I haven't seen the other ones. I'm sure Free Solo is great. I'm sure Minding the Gap is great. I'm sure RBG is great. But come fucking on, really? Won't You Be My Neighbor is one of that was like even that was not my fucking. It's like top 15 favorite movies of the year. And the fact that it's not nominated is fucking bullshit. Like what the like. I don't know who the fuck came up with the nomination. Like, hey, you know what? Let's fuck over Won't You Be My Neighbor, Let's just do that. Like, that dude, this is from a guy that, to be honest, I never grew up with Mr. Rogers, but even that documentary kind of made me cry. The documentary actually did make me cry, so the fact that it be nominated is frustrating me, especially since it's been talked about throughout the entire fucking year, and people have been praising the hype, and the fact it's nominated is fucking book. Oh my god, like, Andrew, you can talk, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that was crazy. I was so pissed. All right, Andrew, you go ahead.
Listen, I don't want to toot my own horn or anything, but I'm usually very smart when it comes to the Oscars. I just know how the Oscars think by this point, so I know. I usually know what they're going to nominate, what they're not, what's going to be a snub, what's not. Very few times am I surprised on this fucking level. And not only did it happen to me once, happened to me twice, or 3 times actually, twice in the same fucking category. I was sure as shit that fucking 3 Identical Strangers and Won't You Be My Neighbor of all fucking things was going to be nominated. Like, how the... I guess the Academy doesn't have a fucking heart because... Like, very few film... I mean, there are very few films that can make you feel all warm and fuzzy inside, like Won't You Be My Neighbor did. It's one of the best documentaries I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of my favorite movies of last year. It didn't make my top 10, but it was like very close to. It was definitely in my top 20. It just boggles my mind. Like, how can you not nominate something with that much quality?
Yeah, like I even said after I saw it, I'm like, this is as good as documentaries can get. I'm like, if you want to watch a really good documentary and see how good it can get, Won't You Be My Neighbor.
And this was like a great year for documentaries too. Like, you know, like I knew this was never going to get a chance to get nominated, but a documentary that I really enjoyed that came out this year was called Bipolar Rock and Roller, which is about one of the WWE commentators and how he struggles with bipolar disorder. I thought that was great. So, like, even like that, like, even though I knew it never was going to get nominated for Best Documentary, it should have at least been in the conversation. But, you know, I knew that was never going to be in the conversation. But, like, Three Identical Strangers, I loved.
That great storytelling, too. So
yeah,
that's why I'm like,
and like, Three Identical Strangers and both Won't You Be My Neighbor, I think is as great as documentaries can get. I like Won't You Be My Neighbor a little bit more. But, like, both of them were, like, up there for my favorite movies. And it just boggles my mind that how can neither of these win? Or neither of these get nominated?
Yeah.
They were the best two documentaries of the year. I mean, I haven't seen that many. I have not seen any of the nominees. But, like, I feel like these were the ones everybody was talking about. These were the ones that should have been nominated.
Especially Won't You Be My Neighbor. Like, that's the one that's like, what?
Oh, yeah, that one. This is, like, it amazes me. I know each year has, like a couple, like, big snubs, maybe one. Last year, you had James Franco and Lego Batman. And, you know, 2014, we got Jake Gyllenhaal. But, like, Won't You Be My Neighbor is the big one this year. And it's not the biggest one for me, but I like, it's, like, one of the big ones. And Three Identical Strangers is another huge one. It's not the biggest one for me. We'll get to that in a second. But, yeah, this is honestly probably the worst category, or the one I could care the least about, because, one, I haven't seen any of these, and two, the two that I loved, and that pretty much everybody loved, aren't on here. So, like, how could I just can't take this? I can't take this category seriously.
Right. Yeah. I'm still baffled, by the way. Like, I know the announcement was 12 hours ago, and I'm still, like, crazy. Right.
Yeah, I mean, just like one more note on it. I think it's a lock that RBG is gonna win.
Yeah, I think it's gonna win too.
Yeah, so I mean, you know, it would have been interesting if, like, it was like RBG, Won't You Be My Neighbor, and Three Identical Strangers. Would have been, like, an interesting kind of competition, but I guess the Academy's like, so.
And I hear Free Solo's great, and RBG.
Yeah,
so,
Free Solo's pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, so, like, it's like this nominees could have been so great, and I heard Minding the Gap's pretty good. So if it was Free Solo, Minding the Gap, RBG, plus Won't You Be My Neighbor, and Three Identical Strangers, and I haven't seen Free Solo, Minding the Gap, or RBG. I mean, it's just that, like, I hear, like, from what everybody's saying, that would have been a great 5 nominees.
It would have been, yeah. That'd been really interesting, and I really want to see a Fathers and Sons too. So that would have made it, I think, very interesting. But
yeah, so it's like the fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Like, how could you fuck up this badly twice in the same fucking category?
Well, welcome to the Academy Awards.
Oh my God.
And like, I know people. I see people. Why are you getting worked up? The Academy suck. Like, I obviously, like, yes, like, with each passing year, it gets harder and harder for me to take the Academy Awards seriously. But, like, still, they're the most prestigious award, and I still would love the stuff I love to get honored with those prestigious awards. And something like Won't You Be My Neighbor and Three Identical Strangers, not getting honored. That it's just baffling to me.
Yeah, for real. All right, so let's move on from documentary feature. Next one is best animated feature. Now, this one I'm actually very happy with, so I'm happy to
Thank
talk about
God.
it. All right, so Incredibles 2, Isle of Dogs, Mirai, Ralph Breaks the Internet, and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Now, this is one of the few categories where I got all my 5 out of 5 predictions right, so I'm happy about that. Now, Mirai, I have not seen. I know Chris Stuckman reviewed it and gave it a positive review. He's like the only person I know who saw it, though, so can't really comment on that. But Incredibles 2, I loved. Isle of Dogs was great. Ralph Breaks the Internet was really good. But my favorite animated movie of the year is here. I'm so happy. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. That's my pick to win. If it goes to either Isle of Dogs or Incredibles 2, I wouldn't be mad. But what I really want to win is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I thought that movie was so incredible. It's in my top 5 movies. I thought it was so unique, and I love the story, and I just had a lot with that movie. So I'm hoping that wins. I think that's going to win too. I mean, who knows? Maybe the Academy might give it to Isle of Dogs and surprise everyone. But this won Best Animated Feature for almost every other award show. So at this point, it's kind of hard for me not to see it winning. But who knows? They may pull up How to Train Your Dragon 2 or Big Hero 6 again and then just give it to another movie. So I don't know. But I hope that's not the case. I want Spider-Man to win. So you guys have anything you want to say about the animation category?
Personally, I liked Isle of Dogs more than Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, but honestly, I hope Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse wins this because that would be such like a big deal. Like, you know, like an animated superhero film winning Best Animated Feature. I mean, like, I wouldn't see that coming, but I think it's deserving, and I think that'd be a huge step for like animation, and that would just be awesome just to see it win because it's such a passionate film, and it's just such an entertaining and just well written film, and that'd be it'd be awesome. I mean, I wouldn't be upset if any of these won. Well, maybe Incredibles 2. I thought Incredibles 2 was a lot of fun, but like over like Isle of Dogs and Ralph Breaks the Internet, nah. And Spider-Man, obviously. Miri, I'm gonna be seeing in theaters in like about a month, so I can't comment on it until then. But these are all the films that I thought were gonna be nominated. Too, so I'm not really surprised by anything, but hopefully Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse wins. If Isle of Dogs does win, though, I would not be upset because I do like that film more, but honestly, I think Spider-Verse deserves to win more just because it was such like a cultural, like, it's gonna be like, I think this film's gonna be like remembered for a long time as like a big moment in like pop culture, so
Yeah, well said. I agree. MC Deadpool, you got what category?
Pretty much like you. This is probably when I did my predictions. This was the only. I think this was the only one I got all my predictions right. It's well, I haven't seen Mirai, but the other 4 are Incredibles 2, Isle of Dogs, Ralph Breaks the Internet, of course, well deserved. But this is Spider-Verse award. If they pick Incredibles 2, I will not be upset because the Academy they love Disney. They love Disney and Pixar, so I will not be surprised if Incredibles 2 win. But honestly, like Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse to me is easily the best animated film of the year. It's one of the best animated films of the decade. Just how you can tell from the movie that you can tell that it is very a passionate project for a lot of people. Like whether you're a Spider-Man fan or not. You can't, and even if you're not a fan of Spider-Man as a character, you can tell that the animation is so beautiful in the movie. And not only that, it is funny as fuck. And the thing because because in 2015 they snubbed the Lego Movie for Best Animated Feature. You think that the Academy has a bias against Jordan Miller, and it's like, well, now with Spider-Verse, it's like, they don't. So, but I hope it wins. I really hope it wins. I'm cheering for it. I'm happy it won because that movie definitely means a lot to me, especially me coming from. I'm a big Spider-Man fan, so if any of the other ones wins, I won't get mad. But yeah, no Spider-Verse. I'm happy.
All right, Andrew, you got anything you want to say about the animation feature category?
I think this is perfect. I mean, I haven't seen I don't even know how to say it.
Miri.
Mirai. Mirai.
Yeah, I think it's Mirai. I think.
Or
I-
Mirai, something like that.
Mirai. But I hear it deserves to be there. I'm just happy that the 4 that I really wanted to be there all got nominated because they're all great in their own right. It's been a pretty strong year for animation, so I'm just happy that they all got nominated. Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse, I'm hoping it wins. I don't know. I kind of have a feeling it won't win because I could see them giving it to Isle of Dogs or Incredibles 2. But I really hope Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse wins.
Yeah. All right. So, all right, cool. So we will move on to best adapted screenplay. So now we get into like the the higher categories or the most important categories. All right. Best adapted screenplay. Nominees are The Ballad of Buster Scruggs, Black Klansman, Can You Ever Forgive Me, If Beale Street Could Talk, A Star Is Born. Okay, so my pick to win out of all these is Black Klansman. I thought the screenplay for that was terrific. The dialogue was excellent. The way it tells its story is so good too. I love the movie in general, and the screenplay is something that definitely stands out. If Beale Street Could Talk also had a great screenplay as well. It was adapted from a novel from James Baldwin. I didn't read the novel, but I was so invested in scenes in If Beale Street Could Talk, especially there's a, I don't want to spoil it for those who haven't seen it, but there's a scene where characters are having this serious conversation and things get heated. And that dialogue was so good, and it was really well done. A Star Is Born, same with the screenplay. I love this remake that's been done. It's a third remake of the 1937 movie, but the screenplay still manages for it to feel fresh on its own, and I think that's really impressive. And again, I love the dialogue, and I was invested in the story, so the screenplay is really good. Didn't see Can You Ever Forgive Me? That's one I missed. I do plan on seeing that soon. And about Buster Scruggs, I'm in the minority with that movie, so I may not be the happiest with that. I'm surprised it got this nomination. It's a pretty big nomination for a Netflix movie. Well, other than Roma, but you know what I mean. I thought the first half of Battle of the Scruggs was strong, then it kind of went downhill for me. But I guess it's cool on there. I mean, I love the Coen brothers, so I guess it's good on them that they got nominated for adapted screenplay. And that's all I really got to say. In terms of snubs, what is missing? Oh, Widows. Widows is a big one for me. I think that should be on here. That had a terrific screenplay. I don't know. I think Spider-Man would count too. I would have loved to have seen that as well. I know some people are upset about Black Panther not being on there, and I think they had a good screenplay. But for me, I think Spider-Man had the better screenplay between the two. That's just me, though, of course. So that's all I pretty much got to say about that. I think Black Klansman is actually going to win this one. I prefer A Star Is Born over Black Klansman, but I think the screenplay Black Klansman had a better screenplay, so I hope that wins. But if A Star Is Born wins, of course, I wouldn't be mad at all. So, you guys have anything you want to say about this category in particular?
I think this is the only category that Black Klansman is going to win. And it's probably deserving. I do have to see it, of course, but knowing like what that film explores and stuff, it definitely sounds like it's deserving. If it wouldn't win, I would love to see if Beale Street Could Talk one, because I think that screenplay in that film is the best part of the film. It's one of my of the decade, honestly. I was really, really floored by like the themes and messages that film explores, with like social and criminal injustice and stuff. And it was like a great romance film, and it was a way too. It wasn't like conventional, which I appreciate because it made the message even better. And I say this a lot, and a lot of people kind of get at me about it, but honestly, I do think Barry Jenkins is a better screenwriter than director, and I think this proves it again. But that's just my opinion, and so I'd love to see him get another Oscar for that. But I mean, if Black Klansman gets it, then of course, I can't wait to see it. So yeah.
All right, cool. MC, do you have anything you want to say about best adapted screenplay?
Again, surprise, Ballad of Buster Scruggs got in there. I didn't expect it to get in there. Black Klansman, really good screenplay. I haven't seen Can You Ever Forgive Me? I know. Same with Beale Street Could Talk. Since it's online, I'll probably watch it. But Star Is Born, I guess it was between two, Star Is Born and Black Klansman. I want A Star Is Born to win,
But I feel like you're kind of like if a girl she can talk, but out of all these, I think Star Porn is my favorite out of two between Black Panther. But as far as snubs, Spider-Man, obviously for me, yeah, that's probably my biggest snub. But otherwise, pretty cool categories.
Oh, another one I'm surprised that's not on here actually is First Man. I thought that was gonna be on here. But yeah. All right, Andrew, you have anything you got to say about the best adapted screenplay category?
For the most part, I think it's really good. I have not seen Can You Ever Forgive Me, so I can't really comment on that. But I'm very happy that A Star Is Born, If Beale Streets Could Talk, and Black Klansman all got nominated. They're all fantastic screenplays. Ballad of Buster Scruggs is a surprising one to me. I liked the movie, but I didn't think it was like amazing. I wasn't really blown away by the screenplay and whatnot. But that one really surprised me.
Yeah.
I just it didn't like I would not have predicted this. So, Black Klansman I do think will win. I would be very happy if it won, but my personal pick is A Star Is Born. But overall solid category.
All right, so moving on, we are on to Best Original Screenplay. Best Original Screenplay nominees include The Favorite, First Reformed, Green Book, Roma, and Vice. This is a pretty good list. Very happy First Reformed's on there. Screenplay there was terrific. Roma as well. Green Book. The Favorite had a really good dialogue. The one I'm surprised it's not on here. I predicted 8th Grade would be on here, but it's not. And one I would have loved to have seen on this list is Blindspotting. That to me had a terrific screenplay. I mean, a screenplay that blended comedy and drama flawlessly, and talked about issues, social issues, in a way where it wasn't patronizing. It did it in a very subtle way. I love Blindspotting. One of my favorites. It didn't get nominated for anything, unfortunately, but I would have loved to have seen it for this category in particular, because the screenplay to me was terrific.
Which movie? Because you cut out.
Blindspotting.
Oh, Blindspotting. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So what I think is going to win, it's going to be between The Favorite or Green Book. It's going to be one of those two. Because of the controversy Green Book is going through, there's a very good chance The Favorite might win. Yeah, but good list overall. So you guys have anything you want to say about this list? Oh, it's Searching should have been on here.
Searching, 8th Grade.
All right, Caden, do you have anything you got to say about Best Original Screenplay?
Okay. Look, maybe I'm just biased because I do love this film a lot, but First Reformed better win this. I think it has a good chance to win this. I personally think it's probably going to go to The Favorite. I was thinking Green Book, but I know there's like some controversy with the screenwriter, so I'm not really sure anymore. But I really, really hope it goes to First Reform, because that screenplay was incredible. Like, just the themes it explored and the ending was just so riveting. It just and it's such like sophisticated drama, and it just so well, and it's so riveting. The directing obviously Paul Schrader has something to do with that, but his writing is just as good. And it's his only nomination, this has been getting some traction for its screenplay, so I wouldn't be surprised if it wins it. I hope it wins it, but I'm not going to place all my money on it. I think it's never going to go to this or The Favorite or a Green Book. Maybe that controversy might be it. I'm not really sure if Roma would get it, just because I think it's going to win so many other awards. And Alfonso Cuarón, I don't think they want to give him like every major Oscar, but yeah. And Vice, I just think it's too kind of like not very conservative. So I'm not really sure if they want to piss off their viewers all that much.
Yeah,
they're kind of down. The Academy, but. I'm kind of surprised how much love Vice is getting from the Academy, but I mean, it's a good thing. But I don't know. I just hope First Reformed wins, but I'm not going to place my money in really. It has to get closer to the show.
Now, the one thing I'm a little confused on is, how is Green Book and Vice an original screenplay? Aren't they both based on someone's life?
Be an original screenplay because it's kind of like so for like Vice, Adam McKay, it's only original because like he through all the dialogue himself, but like personally I think it should be adapted because I believe they said at the beginning of the film that like it's also based on like some like documents and stuff of like what happened, but I believe it's just like mainly like his own like interpretations of like what happened, so I don't know. And then Green Book I don't know enough to why that's original, so
okay, all right, unless there wasn't a book, then I guess that would make sense, but
yeah.
All right, but in any case, I mean, Green Book had a very good screenplay though, so I'm just kind of surprised not only adapted screenplay, but all right. MC Deadpool, you have anything you want to say about original screenplay?
Yeah, it's cool that First Reform got in there, but you know, I'm not in love with the movie as much as everyone else is. I think it's a good movie, but it's cool that it's got an original screenplay. So is Roma, Vice. I want to say Green Book is the favorite, but it's gonna go to favorite, but because of the whole controversy thing, I would love to go with the Green Book. I think the screenplay in that movie is fantastic, but as far as snubs, you guys said it. Searching. I'm with you, Diego. I would love that Blind Spotting got in there for best original screenplay. Because for me, if I'm being honest, that is my favorite screenplay of the entire year, like hands down. But A Quiet Place, I thought maybe.
Oh yeah, that's another one.
But I can't. But it's like yeah. But otherwise, it's good nominations. But if out of everybody, I think what I want to win maybe is Green Book, but I think it's gonna win is probably the favorite. So.
All right, Andrew, you have any thoughts on this category?
I think it's kind of stupid that 8th grade didn't get nominated. It should 1,000% be here.
Oh shit! Yeah, I forgot 8th grade. Sorry.
Searching should also be here. That is my personal favorite screenplay of the year. So I just think it's like insane how neither of those got nominated. And as for who I want to win, Green Book, because that is my favorite movie of the year. Just overall my favorite screenplay out of all of them. So I would love to see Green Book win. What do I think is gonna win? As much as I want to say Green Book, I think the favorite's going to win with the whole controversy. I think that just really hurts its chances. So I do think the favorite will win. But I'm crossing my fingers for Green Book.
All right. Yeah, same. Out of all those categories, I would want well, actually, I want Roma, but I think Green Book's going to win it. All right. So next category, Best Supporting Actors. Now, this is another category that surprised me because of one choice, but I'll get to that in a second. Nominations are Amy Adams for Vice, Marina de Tavera for Roma, Regina King for If Beale Street Could Talk, Emma Stone for The Favorite, Rachel Weisz for The Favorite. All right. So this is a great list. Overall, I don't really have any complaints, but I am shocked Claire Foy is not on here. Like, I thought she was going to be on here for sure. But they nominated Marina de Tavera from Roma instead, and I'm not mad about that because I thought she was great in Roma. And I think she's the only actor in Roma. She's the only one who's acted before. Everyone else in Roma, it was their first time. But she was great in the movie, and she deserves to be there, in my opinion. It sucks Claire Foy is not on there, but like every year, there's always more than 5 great performances. So it's about what they think is the best. So it's just unfortunate Claire Foy is not on there. But Emma Stone and Rachel Weisz were terrific in The Favorite, and so was Olivia Colman, but we'll get to that in a bit. Regina King, I think she's going to win, and she's my pick to win. She was absolutely fantastic in If Beale Street Could Talk. I loved her character. And Amy Adams was very good in Vice. She's kind of becoming kind of like Leonardo DiCaprio in a way, where she's nominated for everything but not winning anything. I don't think she's going to win for this category, but she was great in Vice, so happy to see her on here. And yeah, I'm happy with the list overall. I think Regina King's going to win, and that's my choice to win. If Emma Stone won, though, I would not be mad at all because she was terrific in The Favorite. To me, between Rachel Weisz, even though I liked her a lot in The Favorite, I think between the two, Emma Stone's my favorite. But yeah, really good list overall, and I think Regina King's going to win. So you guys have anything you want to say about this category?
I think it's a lock for Regina King. I thought that she was great in If Beale Street Could Talk. if not for Regina King, I think Rachel Weisz should win. I thought that she was great in The Favorite. I really like Emma Stone in The Favorite, but I think Rachel Weisz just gave like a very, very like twisted, it's just very kind of like sensual and like in your face performance, and it was just really, really good. And I'm probably gonna miss the name, but Maria Tavera. I'm sorry, I can't say it. But she was great in Roma. Very underrated performance. And Amy Adams, I thought was really good in Vice, but I'm not sure if it was like Oscar worthy. And but I mean, hey, I mean, you know, it is what it is. To be honest, it probably should have nominated Claire Foy because she got so much buzz. But it's Amy Adams. They love her, so yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or a hater, depending on how you view it.
Yeah.
All right, MC, what do you got to say about this category?
Yeah, this is one of my biggest snubs of look, I'm sure. I've seen. Well, I haven't seen Bill Street, but I was surprised, like everybody, like Marina de Tavira. If I say your name wrong, I'm sorry. I was surprised she got nominated, and I'm not complaining that she got nominated. She was fantastic in the movie. But when Claire Foy got snubbed, I thought of two things. One, that my boy Channel 599, shout out to him. I thought, oh, he's gonna be pissed. And second, I thought, what? Look, say what you want about First Man, whether you like it or not. Claire Foy is fucking phenomenal in that movie. Like, honestly, like, she was kind of the heart and soul of that movie. Like, as much as I thought Ryan Gosling was great in that movie, I thought she overshadowed him.
I agree. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
So like, I'm surprised she didn't get nominated. And even though I thought Amy Adams, she was really good at Vice, I wouldn't nominate her personally. I wouldn't put her in my top fives. To be honest with you, she was really good, but I kind of feel like I think I was trying to mention this earlier, but I feel like it's kind of the Academy's way of making up to her because people were pissed that the Academy snubbed her for Arrival for Best Actress. They were like, oh, let's nominate you for Vice because people. And again, she was really good, but I feel like that was kind of like a really. She's starting to become like the new, like the female Leonardo DiCaprio. But as far as the others, like I said, I haven't seen Bill Street, but I'm happy. My girl Emma Stone got nominated. I'm happy Rachel Weisz got nominated because both of them were fantastic. Honestly, I'm with Keaton. I thought out of the two, Rachel Weisz was the better of the two. Because at first you think, oh yeah, her character's kind of a bitch, and later as the movie kind of went on, it's like, oh, you kind of feel bad for her. Like, to be fair, like none of the characters in The Favorite are really likable people, but at the same time, like her character, I felt the most sympathy for. But overall, yeah, this is Regina King's award. It's completely a lot, but yeah, out of all these, I am upset. Claire Foy didn't get in there. That's a big slap in the face for me. I thought she was phenomenal in the First Man. So yeah, that's a big step for me.
Yeah. All right, Andrew, what do you got to say about this category?
I mean, other than Claire Foy, which is surprising and huge snub. I mean, I can't really complain. I really like Amy Adams, so I think she should be there. Regina King, who is my personal pick to win, should be there. And then Emma Stone and Rachel Weisz are both great, so should be in there. I'm not gonna pronounce it because I know I'd butcher the fuck out of it, but the woman from Roma, while great, I would have preferred Claire Foy. So that's just me. But
if anything, the one I'd replace would be Amy Adams with Claire Foy, I think, because as much as I like Amy Adams, I thought Claire Foy was the better choice between the two.
All right, but yeah, no, Claire Foy should 100% be there. So
Yeah, and again, that was one of the biggest surprises for me because that was the first category they announced, and when they didn't announce Claire Foy, I was like, wow, that was shocking.
Yeah, no, did I have to say like there was a dark horse? Because I know, even though to me, I think it's more of a lead. A lot of people were kind of surprised Emily Blunt wasn't nominated for A Quiet Place. But
she was great in Quiet Place too, so that would have been cool.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on to the next category. Best Supporting Actor.
Oh, my fucking face.
Oh, Jesus.
You know what, Andrew, for this category, I'll let you go first after me, because I know you got something to say. So, all right, nominees. Mahershala Ali for Green Book, Adam Driver for BlacKkKlansman, Sam Elliott for A Star Is Born, Richard E. Grant for Can You Ever Forgive Me, Sam Rockwell for Vice. Again, I did not see Can You Ever Forgive Me, but I did hear great things about Richard E. Grant's performance, so that. Sam Rockwell is the biggest surprise for me. I didn't think he was going to get nominated for this. He was very good in Vice. He's not going to win, though, but it's all right. Sam Elliott, I'm happy he's there. I know he's not in The Star Is Born that much, but when he's on screen, he's absolutely magnificent in his role. Adam Driver was really good. I'm very happy about this nomination. He was really good in BlacKkKlansman. I enjoyed his performance very much. And Mahershala Ali, which is my choice out of all these to win, who I think is going to win too. I think he's a lock. He was great in Green Book. He was so good. And, I think he's going to win, and that's who I want to win. Biggest surprise for me, no Timothée Chalamet for Beautiful Boy. That was one I thought was going to be nominated for sure. I didn't think he was going to win. I always thought it was going to be Mahershala Ali, but I thought for sure he was going to get the nomination over Sam Rockwell for Vice, but he didn't. And it's upsetting. I don't love Beautiful Boy. I like it, but I thought his performance I thought he was better in Beautiful Boy than Call Me By Your Name. And he was great in Call Me By Your Name. He was nominated for that, but I thought he was even better in Beautiful Boy, and nothing for him there. I know a lot of people are upset about Michael B. Jordan not being nominated, and while he was really good, I knew he wasn't going to be, so I'm not too upset about that, but that's all I got to say. And Andrew, for this one, I'm going to let you go first. I know you got
loose, buddy. Let loose.
All right, so I'll just start with the positives of this category. I am ecstatic Mahershala Ali got nominated. One of my top 5 favorite performances of the year. Who I am, out of these 5, my personal favorite, who I also think is going to win. So I'm very happy that he's there. 100% deserves it. Adam Driver, someone that I've been saying pretty much since I saw BlacKkKlansman should get nominated and has a very good chance of getting nominated. I am very happy that Adam Driver got nominated. He was personally my favorite in BlacKkKlansman. So, again, very happy. Sam Elliott, another one I'm happy with. Richard E. Grant, didn't see Can You Ever Forgive Me? So I can't really comment too much on that, but I'm sure he deserves to be there. Sam Rockwell was fine. I mean, he was good, but, does he deserve to be there? No. The one that I'm upset about to no end is Timothée Chalamet not getting nominated. To me, this is my biggest snub because, one, it was my second favorite performance of the year. I just thought he captured what the role was supposed to be and just conveyed so much emotion and poured so much emotion out of it, and was just so it just gave us such a beautiful performance. And for him not to get nominated is a big crime. I thought when I saw it, I go, he has to get nominated. And, he got every other, major award nomination for this category. And it's legitimately shocking that he didn't get nominated. I'm really upset that he didn't get nominated because I absolutely love his performance. And while I don't think he would have won, I think just to get nominated is an honor. I know that's a cliche, but it's true. But, I would love to see him get rewarded for his brilliant work in Beautiful Boy. I really liked him in both Lady Bird and Call Me By Your Name. I thought he was great in both of those. But this really solidified me as a Timothée Chalamet fan. I think he is one of the best up-and-coming actors and someone that I'm just a huge fan of, and I can't wait to see what he does next. And I was 100% expecting him to get nominated, and he didn't get nominated. And it's just like so upsetting to me and so shocking. While Rockwell is good, Chalamet should 1,000% be there.
Oh, Sam Rockwell? Yeah, I agree, 100%.
I legitimately always knew Ali was going to win and is probably going to win. But like there's I think a very small chance Chalamet could sneak in the win and surprise everybody. And that is somebody that I've been rooting for a whole of award season because that is my favorite male performance, leading or supporting of the year. And it's just my second favorite performance overall. So, for him to, give such a great performance that, should have been nominated, and I thought could have easily gotten nominated, but didn't. It's just surprising. Diego actually texted me this morning that he didn't get nominated, and I legit thought he was messing with me because I go, there's no way that he didn't get nominated, but lo and behold, he didn't get nominated. And I think this is honestly the biggest snub for me since last year since James Franco. But, this is up there with me in terms of performances. This is up there with James Franco and Jake Gyllenhaal as big, huge snubs for me. And, this one is the biggest snub for me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. And I agree with you 100%. Sam Rockwell was good, but not over Timothée Chalamet.
But yeah, like Timothée Chalamet, I saw that performance, and I saw it with you, Diego, and I couldn't stop talking about his performance. I go, this has to get nominated. It would be like a travesty if he didn't, and I was legit upset. I got really fucking sad, and because I love that performance, and it's one of my favorites. I've been saying it all year how great his performance is. And it's just kind of upsetting that he didn't. And I think a lot of it has to do with him being so young, which kind of sucks because, age shouldn't determine whether you should get a nomination or not. But, he should be there. I love Rockwell, but he wasn't as good as Chalamet.
All right, Caden, do you have anything you have to say about this category?
I'll say this. Timothée Chalamet should have been nominated over Sam Elliott, to be honest. I think Sam Elliott was really good in A Star is Born, but Timothée Chalamet was just better. A Beautiful Boy film, but part of why I like it so much is because of the acting, and Timothée Chalamet was incredible in that film. Very, very complex and haunting performance. I think that Timothée Chalamet just nailed it. Very just great performance, and I know he's been nominated for everything, but kind of it's like the holy, and he does deserve that recognition. So it does suck he will not be getting it. But I'll say the rest of these nominations I think are fine. I think personally, it's either going to go. I don't think it's a lock where Charlie's going to win because he already has won this award. I think it's either going to go to him or Richard E. Grant. But I'm still going to predict that Mahershala is going to get it. Adam Driver could get it, but who knows? I think Sam Rockwell was fantastic in Vice, but maybe he can get it, probably not, but who knows? It's probably going to come down to Mahershala Ali and Richard E. Grant, and yeah.
All right, MC Deadpool, you have anything to say about Best Supporting Actor?
Andrew, first I gotta say, Andrew, you really let that rant out, and Jesus, you let the dog out.
Yeah.
But I'm glad for Mahershala got in there. He was phenomenal in Green Book. Haven't seen Can You Never Forgive Me, but I hear nothing but fantastic things about Richard E. Grant. It's awesome that Adam Driver got in there for BlacKkKlansman. He was really good. But yeah, Timothée Chalamet is definitely the big snub in this category. I saw Beautiful Boy, really liked it. He was easily the best part about it. I was surprised. I knew the guy can be a good actor. I mean, I've seen it. He was really good in Lady Bird. He was really good in Call Me by Your Name. But that movie, the Beautiful Boy movie, oh dude, this kid is something to watch out. But and the fact that he didn't get nominated, I was surprised that he didn't get in there.
And to be fair, be honest, look, I love Sam Rockwell. I really do, and he was good in Vice, but at the same time, it kind of felt more like an impression to me. I never really it's a good he did a good job, but honestly, when I saw he was nominated, I was like, really? Like, honestly, I would have easily taken him out and put in Timothée Chalamet, or hell, even Michael B. Jordan. I know Michael B. Jordan for Black Panther was a long shot. But I have a feeling since Black Panther was getting nominated for a lot, I thought okay, maybe Michael B. Jordan could sneak in. But even I'll put him or if you want to pick somebody in Vice, why not Steve Carell? I thought he was better than Sam Rockwell, to be honest with
you. Oh yeah, 1,000%. And another thing is, like with Timothée Chalamet, he outshined Steve Carell in Beautiful Boy, which is saying a lot because Steve Carell was also phenomenal in Beautiful Boy, and is a more seasoned actor. So I'm sure what he had to do wasn't easy.
Yeah, fucking Steve Carell before Timothée Chalamet, he already had an Oscar nomination, so you gotta go to a big time talent. And also, I'm happy Sam Elliott got nominated because I thought he was fantastic in A Star Is Born. And look, just that one scene in the car with him and Bradley Cooper was like, give him the nomination. But yeah, I feel like Mahershala Ali is gonna take this, or Richard E. Grant, but I think Mahershala is gonna get it. But yeah, Timothée Chalamet is the biggest for me. I would easily take out Rockwell and put him in there.
The issue with Sam Elliott being nominated is I think he's great in A Star Is Born, but to be honest, I feel like he was only nominated because he hasn't been nominated before. Like Timothée Chalamet's performance was just better if you want to compare them, like way better.
I agree 1,000%. Like I mean, in my opinion, Chalamet deserves to be there than all 5 of them because again, in just my opinion, he's the best supporting acting performance. Of the year, just my favorite male performance of the year.
Yeah. I don't want to much about politics, but to be honest, I feel like Timothée Chalamet just because he's so young and Sam Elliott's a veteran. And,
and honestly, I out of if I were to personally nominate one, Sam Elliott would be there, but Chalamet just deserves it more than Elliott, Grant, all of them. But
I haven't seen Can You Ever Forgive Me, but I know Richard E. Grant has been so I wouldn't get rid of him just because of that. But I don't know. It's just funny they wasn't nominated.
All right, so move on. So we have 4 more categories left. First one we're gonna go over is Best Actress. Nominations for Best Actress is Yalitza Aparicio for Roma, Glenn Close for The Wife, Olivia Colman for The Favorite, Lady Gaga for A Star Is Born, Melissa McCarthy for Can You Ever Forgive Me. Now, I predicted Glenn Close would be on here because she won the Golden Globe and the Critics' Choice Award for Best Actress. So I predicted she'd be here. I didn't see The Wife, though, nor did I, once again, didn't see Can You Ever Forgive Me. But the 3 that I've seen, Roma, The Favorite, A Star Is Born, all 3 of those actresses deserve to be there, 100%. I thought Yalitza Aparicio, that's her first performance of any movie, and I thought she nailed it in Roma. Lady Gaga, I thought she's my pick to win. She's phenomenal. Olivia Colman was top-notch in The Favorite. She was terrific, especially as the movie went on. I thought her performance just got better and better. One I would have liked to have seen, it was a long shot, but Toni Collette for Hereditary I would have loved to have seen on this list.
Yeah!
I thought she was absolutely amazing. Hereditary, and I had a feeling she wasn't going to, but I was always kind of optimistic that she would. She wasn't. I don't know. I can't say if I would replace her with Glenn Close or Melissa McCarthy because I haven't seen the movie. But I think her performance is worthy of an Oscar nomination. But overall, happy with the list. I think Lady Gaga is going to win. If not Lady Gaga, maybe Glenn Close because she won the other 2 awards, so she could win again. I don't know, but yeah. That's my overall thoughts on that. Do you guys have anything you want to say about Best Actress?
I'll say this right now. I know people are going to get mad at me, but I do think Hereditary is an overrated film. But I'm just going to say this right now. Toni Collette should have been nominated over Melissa McCarthy. Toni Collette was absolutely incredible in Hereditary, and she does deserve award recognition. And it sucks that she's not getting as much as she deserves. But besides that, these are very good nominations. I think Glenn Close is going to win this. I think she's just so much like buzz and hype around her right now after her Golden Globes win, and it seems like she's going to win everything else. And if not, honestly, I think Olivia Colman has more of a chance of winning Best Actress over Lady Gaga. To be honest, I would love to see Lady Gaga win, obviously, because that would just be like an amazing moment. But I don't know. But personally, if I had to pick this, I would love. I don't mean it's not gonna happen. But Yalitza Aparicio, I don't know. I'm trying to say that name, but she was honestly, I think that the ones of the films I've seen here, I've not seen The Wife or Can You Forgive Me, but to be honest, like Melissa McCarthy, like no one's really like talking about her, and the fact that Toni Collette was nominated, I think is just silly. But Yalitza, I mean, I think that she was just absolutely like incredible. Honestly, like I'm trying to think of like flaws in her performance, and I just don't know if I can find any. It's just such like a deep and just such like a nuanced performance that just has so much to like look into, and it's just so just like emotional, and like she just like nails those parts. I mean, it's just so good. And the fact that she is not even like an actress, she's like a school teacher, and that she acted that well, it's just amazing. But I'm just happy she got nominated. But I think Glenn Close is going to win this.
All right, MC Deadpool, what you gotta say about this category?
For the most part, it's kind of what I expected. I'm happy Yalitza Aparicio got nominated because I thought she was a revelation in Roma. The fact that she has an act, she's not really an actor, and the fact that it's her first role just kind of shows that, oh my god, she's like really fucking good. Olivia Colman, no surprise. I'm happy she got in there. She was fantastic. Haven't seen The Wife, but I'm sure Glenn Close is great, as everyone is saying. Same with Can You Ever Forgive Me? I'm sure Melissa McCarthy is great, so I can't judge. Who I want to win, since the person I'm going to talk about later is nominated. I want Lady Gaga to win, because I thought she... look, I thought, like, Lady Gaga, you can say what you want about her when it comes to her music and all that, but I think she's one of those talented people working today. Like not only she can prove that she can actually sing, but she can act. And I thought her performance was star. People can complain that it's just it was tailor made for her, but dude, like you can say that, but at the same time, it's like when you're watching them, you don't see Lady Gaga. You saw the character Valley. So the shallow performance scene alone, I'm like, just can't give her the award, but. It's probably not gonna be her. It's probably gonna be between her and Glenn Close for The Wife, but maybe Glenn Close. But honestly, I'm cheering for Lady Gaga to win. But as far as snubs, yeah, I wanted, even though it was a long shot, I wanted Toni Collette to get nominated because for me, like she was the best female performance of the year. But it sucks that she's kind of being shut out in the awards categories for the most part, but yeah, I wanted her to get. I was hoping she would get nominated. She didn't, but congrats to the five. But I'm cheering for Lady Gaga. So
yeah, and in terms of Toni Collette, she was nominated for Sixth Sense, and she was really good in that. But in my opinion, she was even better in Hereditary.
Oh,
Sixth Sense.
Easily.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Andrew, you have anything to say about the Best Actress category?
I agree. Toni Collette should be there. I really don't know who I would replace her with because I loved Coleman, I loved Gaga, and again, I'm not gonna pronounce it because I'm going to butcher it. But the lead actress in Roma, I loved her in that too. I have not seen The Wife, or Can You Ever Forgive Me? But Toni Collette should be here. My personal favorite to win, and who I would love to win, is Lady Gaga. She gave my favorite performance of the year. I absolutely thought she was amazing in that and should win. I think it's going to Glenn Close, but it should go to Lady Gaga.
Yeah. All right. So moving on, we're on to Best Actor. Oh yeah, and by the way, I forgot to say this, but Best Actors was one of the only other categories I got 5 out of 5 correct. Those were the ones I predicted. And it'll be the same thing for this category too. So Best Actor, Christian Bale for Vice, Bradley Cooper for A Star Is Born, Willem Dafoe for Eternity's Gate, Rami Malek for Bohemian Rhapsody, and Viggo Mortensen for Green Book. Now, I was switching back and forth between Willem Dafoe and Ethan Hawke on who was going to get nominated, but I had a feeling Willem Dafoe was going to get it over Ethan Hawke. I haven't seen At Eternity's Gate. I have seen First Before though. I thought Ethan Hawke was great in it. He's not nominated. I'm happy with the 4 out of the 5 though. Rami Malek, even though I know Bohemian Rhapsody is controversial because we all know why, but I thought Rami Malek in his performance he was terrific as Freddie Mercury. I'm happy he's on here. I don't love Bohemian Rhapsody, but I love his performance. Viggo Mortensen in Green Book, absolutely terrific. I love his performance in Green Book as well. Bradley Cooper, I think, gives the best performance of his career in A Star Is Born. I'm very happy he's on there. And Christian Bale in Vice. I thought he literally was Dick Cheney. He didn't see Christian Bale. He saw Dick Cheney. It was crazy how well he acted as the character. Who I think is going to win? I think Christian Bale is going to win this one. If not Christian Bale, then perhaps Bradley Cooper would win. I would be happy with either. I think both are terrific, like I said, but I think the chances are Christian Bale is going to win. So do you guys have anything you want to say? Any snubs you guys have, or just anything you want to say about this category in general?
I should have been nominated. I haven't seen Eternity's Gate. Even though Willem Dafoe is actually like my favorite actor, but Ethan Hawke definitely should have been nominated in my opinion. Like he was just amazing in that film. I know I'm biased because it was my favorite film last year, but I really think he should have been nominated. But out of these nominations, I think Christian Bale is going to win this. Christian Bale was amazing in Vice. One of my favorite performance of last year, besides like Ethan Hawke, Bradley Cooper, definitely. But Christian Bale just like Diego said, he just escaped in that role, and he just was so dedicated and just so into it, you could tell, and he just really was very careful with the performance and making sure it was the most accurate portrayal possible. And he definitely should be commended for it. Bradley Cooper, like I said, he was brilliant. Definitely the best performance of his career. Just a very flawed character. And drug and alcohol abuse and stuff. And Bradley Cooper captured kind of that darkness and that pain and sorrow really, really well. And I would love to see him win. I don't think it's gonna happen, but great performance. I have to see, obviously. Rami Malek. I know people are thinking. I just don't see it happening. But he could. I don't know. I don't think he should win. I think he's really good in the film, but I don't think it's Oscar worthy per se. But I'm happy for him here. And then Viggo Mortensen, I can't. So, but I think Christian Bale is going to win this. And I hope, and I wouldn't be mad if he does. I think his best performance at any of the ones nominated here, and as I did. So yeah.
All right, MC Deadpool, what do you got to say about this category?
I'm happy Christian Bale is nominated for Vice. He was fantastic, and I think he is going to win. And Viggo Mortensen, I'm happy too. I haven't seen at Eternity's Gate, so I can't judge Willem Dafoe, but I really want Bradley Cooper to win because, Andrew, you said Lady Gaga was your favorite performance of the year. Bradley Cooper was my favorite performance of last year because I don't think for me, whenever I see Bradley Cooper in a movie, I was kind of, even though he can be great when it comes to movies like Silver Linings Playbook or The Hangover or Place Beyond the Pines or how fucking Guardians of the Galaxy. I was like, yeah, I can tell it's Bradley Cooper. We were at Star Wars, I'm like, that's not Bradley Cooper. That I saw the character, and his performance affected me the most of anybody this year, and I really want him to win. And as far as Rami Malek, I know I'm in the minority. For me, I think Rami Malek kind of performance is overrated. To be honest with you, look. When it comes to the concert scenes, I think he is fantastic.
he captures Freddie Mercury great. It's when he's off stage though where I have a problem. I don't buy him as Freddie Mercury. He's off stage. It's kind of seems like a flamboyant caricature of the actual Freddie Mercury. To be honest with you, and I know that's probably gonna be a lot of shit, and I know a lot of people think differently and say like he should win. But honestly, out of the nominees, for me, he's my out of the ones I've seen, he's my least favorite. And I really don't want him. I really don't think he should win. But I feel like it's gonna be a three-way race between him, Cooper, and Dale. But I think Dale's probably gonna take it. But I'm just hope I really want Bradley Cooper.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be happy if he won. Honestly, he deserves it.
Yeah. So yeah, that's all I gotta say.
All right, Andrew, any thoughts in this category?
To be honest, I would be very happy if any of these guys won. I mean, other than Willem Dafoe, only because I haven't seen At Eternity's Gate, but I love Willem Dafoe. I think he's a great actor, so I mean, I couldn't be too mad. And I'm sure he deserves to be there. As far as snubs, not really ones that jump out to me. I mean, what?
Oh, I can think of one. I was surprised John David Washington didn't make it in there.
Yes, that's right. Fuck.
Yeah, I would have been happy to see him there.
Oh, yeah, I would have been very happy if he got nominated. Of course, even though I didn't think he gave an Oscar-worthy performance this year, I mean, I can't complain with Hugh Jackman Oscar love. But if I were to pick who I wanted to win, my boy Viggo, because I just think he gave a phenomenal performance. Cooper as well. I would love both Viggo and Cooper are in my top 5 favorite performances of the year. So I think Malik was great. So I wouldn't be too upset if he got nominated. And Bale, like, holy shit, he's the front runner in my opinion. And while he wouldn't be my pick, damn, he was Dick Cheney. He wasn't Christian Bale. From the little mannerisms to the accent to like the way he spoke, that alone deserves to get nominated. And it's kind of I'm gonna be honest, I kind of forgot that he was British. So when he won at the Golden Globes, I'm like, holy shit, he's not talking with an American accent. What the fuck? I felt like I had been lied to because of how great he was in Vice. And he convinced me that he was American, even though I've known that he's British. But Bale, who is, in my opinion, the front runner, would be great to win. So,
all right. So moving on, we're on to the Best Director category. So, Best Director nominees are Spike Lee for Black Klansman. I'm not going to attempt to pronounce this, but the director of Cold War. Yorgos Lanthimos for The Favorite, Alfonso Cuarón for Roma, and Adam McKay for Vice. Now, there is a snub here. Another big surprise too. Bradley Cooper is not on this list.
Bum, bum, bum.
Bullshit.
So surprised too. I thought, when I was predicting director, I'm like, there's no way Bradley Cooper is not going to get it. I knew he was going to get the actor too, but I was sure he was going to get both, and he did not. And it's funny because people were telling me, "Oh, Spike Lee's not getting nominated," and I've been saying it since then. Yo, he's going to get nominated, and no one listened to me. He got nominated.
He's getting his Oscar with that adapted screenplay, and potentially, no, he's not winning director, but
no, he's not winning director, but even then, I knew he was getting nominated. I just had a feeling. The Favorite, that's a good choice. Roma, Alfonso Cuarón is my favorite. I mean, and I'm not trying to be biased because Roma was my favorite movie of last year, but I thought the directing to that was nothing short of brilliant. I thought the directing was absolutely powerful. I really hope he wins. I think he's gonna win too. And Adam McKay for Vice, I already said my piece on Vice. He did a good job directing it, but I do think if I were to pick, I would replace him with Bradley Cooper, but that's just me. And I didn't see Cold War once again, so I can't comment on Cold War. But I'm surprised he got the Best Director award. Not because it's not a matter of what I think it deserves or not, but I just assumed Cold War would only get the Best Foreign Language Film. But it got 2 other pretty important awards nominations, so good for that movie, I guess. But yeah, that's all I got to say about that. So Kaden, do you have anything you want to add or anything you want to say in general about Best Director?
I think his name's pronounced Pawit Pawlikowski. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Pawit. But I'm probably like mispronouncing the hell out of that. So
yeah, probably too. But yeah, for Cold War, I was very happy he got nominated. I'm happy that there's like some there's obviously Fonz Cross is going to bring some diversity in Yorgos Lanthimos, Lanthimos. But I'm
Yorgos.
Yorgos, yes. I'm happy that he's also in there because that's a very like diverse, kind of like like director category here. So that's cool. More representation. And Cold War has a great directed film, so that was a nice surprise. Yeah, but Bradley Cooper. I know people think that he should be nominated, and I think that he did a great job directing. But to be honest, I'm not like that upset that he wasn't nominated because I mean. I think he did a much better job acting than directing. I love A Star Is Born, but to be honest, his acting standing out more than his directing. But that's just me. And I don't think he was nominated for Best Actor, and it would be nice for Best Director. I don't think he was really going to win anyway. So, but that's just me. I'm happy Spike Lee got nominated. Yorgos Lanthimos, Adam McKay, and my lock, I think should win, Alfonso Cuarón. Was some of the best directing that I've seen this decade. Super, super personal film for Alfonso Cuarón. The fact that he was able to deliver it as fantastic and as passionate, just as powerful as he did, and just the execution of everything was just so well done. I only have a few flaws with the film, and the fact that like it's so personal to him and it's near perfect. It says a lot. I absolutely love Roma, and I think the main part of it is definitely because of the directing. And Alfonso Cuarón has crafted a deeply personal, intimate, just kind of like film, and it's like it's as good as a drama should be. And I think that it's really cool that like a film like this is like available on Netflix and it's directed by someone as great as him. So I think it's a lock for him for directing, and I think that's a good thing because he did a fantastic job.
All right, MC. Anything you want to say about Best Director?
Well, I haven't seen Cold War, so I can't judge. But I'm happy for I'm happy for Spike Lee and Yorgos Lanthimos. I thought they did a fantastic job, especially Spike Lee. I thought to me, even though I love BlacKkKlansman, I think the directing is the star of the movie. To be honest with you, and I thought Yorgos Lanthimos did a great job with The Favorite. Alfonso Cuarón, easily he's gonna win this, and honestly, he deserves it. Like Roma for me has like the best directing of last year. Alfonso Cuarón, he's a genius. He and like Kaden said, like you can tell that this was very personal to him. So, and I thought he did a fantastic job.
All right. Andrew, you have anything you want to say?
Oh.
I'm very happy Spike Lee got on there. I think he is. I mean, I've only seen BlacKkKlansman, but I think he did great. So it's great to see him there. Again, not gonna try and pronounce the director of Cold War because I don't want to embarrass myself. But I'm actually very surprised he got on here. Not because I think Cold War was bad or anything. I have not seen Cold War, but because like I don't remember there being any buzz on this guy getting director. So like that's what shocked me is because it's like I don't remember there being any buzz. I don't remember anybody talking about Cold War getting a director nomination. So I'm sure it's a great movie, but like I'm just kind of like surprised because I don't remember anybody ever talking about this getting a Best Director. But hey, cool. Yorgos, it's whatever. Would have loved to see a couple other people there. Cuarón should be there. It was great, and Adam McKay is also someone that I didn't really think should be there. I personally would switch out Adam McKay and Yorgos for Bradley Cooper, and I don't give a shit. People might get fucking pissed off when I say this, but Peter Farrelly should be here. I mean, I love Green Book. There's nothing that's going to change that. It's my favorite movie of 2018. And I think that Peter Farrelly should be nominated for Best Director. I know he's got that whole controversy, but I still think he should be there.
And one thing I should add before I move on to the final category, they said it was said that this was the first time in this category since like 30 years where 2 directors of foreign films were in the same category for Best Director, which I think is pretty cool.
Oh yeah, so I think that's cool. And the fact Spike Lee, someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe he is the 6th Black director to ever get nominated.
I didn't know that. No,
because I believe Jordan Peele was the 5th, so obviously Spike Lee would be the 6th. So I think it's cool to not only that Spike Lee finally get that nomination, but to him, to see another Black director get nominated, and what was I gonna say? Oh, and to have I don't remember ever back to back a Black director getting nominated. Back to back years, a director that is of color get nominated. So last year we got Jordan Peele, this year we got Spike Lee. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and like you said, it was his first time Spike Lee's first time getting nominated, and that's a big deal since he's been in the field for 40 years or
40 years. Yeah, and again, BlacKkKlansman is the only Spike Lee movie I've seen, but I have heard that he should have been nominated for Do the Right Thing and Malcolm X and other stuff. So
yeah. All right, so we are in the last category, which is Best Picture. Now, before I say the nominees, Academy, for the love of God, why don't you nominate 10 movies like you used to? It'd make everyone's lives easier if you just do that.
And I wouldn't cry so much.
You guys gotta do this. And it's been 8 for the past 3 or 4 years.
I feel like every time the Academy, for each time they exclude a movie, and that doesn't make it 10, just an angel loses its wings or something.
Yeah. All right. Well, here are the nominees. The Best Picture nominations for the 2019 Oscar nominations. All right. Here we go. Best Picture nominees are Black Panther, BlacKkKlansman,
Yay,
Bohemian Rhapsody, The Favorite, Green Book, Roma, A Star Is Born, and Vice. Okay. Again, there should be 10 movies, not 8. So first off, I want to congratulate Black Panther because that is the first superhero movie in history to be nominated for Best Picture. It is a big deal. Superhero movies have been around for a long time, and there's been some where we could have sworn it was going to get nominated, and they didn't. Dark Knight. But
don't remind me. I cry every night knowing that it didn't get nominated.
But Black Panther got it, which is cool. BlacKkKlansman, very happy to see that on there. It's one of my favorite movies of last year, and it's a terrific movie. It received other important nominations, and rightfully so. Bohemian Rhapsody. Now, what I got to say about this. Now, I want to kind of step away. I'm not saying the controversy isn't important, but just for now, I want to judge it just on the movie alone in terms of what I think of the Best Picture thing. Good, but not worthy of a Best Picture nomination. That's just my opinion. And that's without taking into consideration of the director and what's going on behind the scenes. I don't think it should be here, even if it's directed by a different person. That's the honest opinion that I have about it. The Favorite's on there, which I expected. Green Book, despite its controversy, I'm happy it's on there. It's a great movie. Roma, which is my favorite movie of last year. I'm very happy. I hope that wins. Star Is Born, I'm very happy that's on there. And Vice, which is a good movie. I'm not mad it's on there, but all right, whatever. So what I think is going to win, now this is hard because I predicted many different movies within the past couple of months I was going to win. Now I have no idea. Roma has a very good chance of winning. If not Roma, maybe BlacKkKlansman. I can't see Green Book winning because of the controversy. It's going. I thought it was going to, but I don't think so.
Which makes me want to cry.
Yeah. So either Roma or BlacKkKlansman, I think, is taking it. But I hope Roma wins. But if BlacKkKlansman wins, I would be fine too. So that's pretty much what I got to say. Just I hope the Academy will nominate 10. Oh, one thing I got to say, because one of the biggest surprises too is If Beale Street Could Talk is not on here. And I thought that was going to be on here. I've had predicted Basically, all these movies besides Bohemian Rhapsody, I replaced that with If Beale Street Could Talk, and I thought that was going to be a nomination list. But If Beale Street Could Talk is not nominated for Best Picture, Bohemian Rhapsody is. So, yep, that's pretty much my thoughts on the Best Picture category. I read a tweet that said this is the worst Best Picture lineup since 2008, and you know what? They're not entirely inaccurate, I don't think. Of course, there's some movies here that I think are great, but considering how strong 2018 was, I do think the list could be better. So, what do you guys have to say about that, or anything you guys want to add about this Best Picture category?
I'll say this definitely. Bohemian Rhapsody does not deserve to be nominated. It's ridiculous. The fact that If Beale Street Could Talk was not nominated is just ludicrous. That film is amazing, and compared to a very generic film that in Bohemian Rhapsody, it's ridiculous. The only reason Bohemian Rhapsody, I think, was even nominated is because it deals with Freddie Mercury and it's Queen. And honestly, if it had nothing to do with Queen, like I like no one would be talking about this movie. Like to be honest, yeah, and I don't think it's a bad thing that people enjoy because they do like Queen a lot and like they like seeing it come to life. But like, in my opinion, it's just not well done. So I think it's ridiculous that a film that's as powerful as Beale Street Could Talk wasn't nominated is just ridiculous. And the fact that Barry Jenkins, his last movie literally won Best Picture. His next film doesn't even get nominated, and his next film I think is just as good. It's ridiculous. But I think the nominations are good. I will say this right now, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think Roma is gonna win. If it wins, it would be the first foreign film to win Best Picture, which would be absolutely amazing. Everyone knows how much I love foreign films and stuff, so that'd be an amazing step forward. It's definitely deserving. It's a fantastic film, and if Roma does not win, I do think it will. I'm trying to think. I think it will go to A Star Is Born if Roma doesn't win. And if not A Star Is Born, then probably Green Book. I'm happy. I'm not really. I wouldn't have nominated it myself, but I think Black Panther being nominated is a huge step forward. People have been complaining for years that superhero films have not been nominated, and that mainstream blockbuster films should be respected more by the Academy. And, they listen to Fury Road, and now with Black Panther, and I think that it's a big step, especially for Marvel. The MCU. It literally got nominated for Best Picture. Like, that's insane. So you got films like Black Klansman and it's just Vice. I think it's a diverse section of nominations, but some better films could have been nominated. To be fair, but besides that, I think they're good nominations. Personally, I would either pick Roma or Star Is Born. I think those are the two front runners, and I think Roma's going to win. And the fact that Roma got 10 nominations, including Best Picture, I think is insane. So, I'm gonna put my money on Roma for Best Picture. It's kind of crazy, but I'm confident in it. It'd be great.
Yeah, I agree. All right. Any thoughts on the Best Picture category?
I'm happy for Black Klansman and The Favorite and Green Book and Roma and A Star Is Born, and it's cool that Vice got in there as well. But I want to talk about just Black Panther and Bohemian Rhapsody. First of all, I'm happy Black Panther is in there. Like, even though it wouldn't be my personal choice, honestly, if you ask me, it wasn't to me my favorite superhero movie of the year. Easily, it was Infinity War and Spider-Man. But I'm happy that it got in there because it proves that the Academy is going into a new direction. Because, like you guys said, people have been complaining that blockbusters, especially superhero films, don't get any love at the Oscars besides like the technical stuff. And the fact that Black Panther actually got nominated, that should be people should be happy.
Exactly.
Especially comic book fans. Even from a guy like me that don't love the movie, I'm happy because finally it's about damn time a movie like a superhero movie actually gets some love at the Oscars. And as far as Bohemian Rhapsody, I'm not good. Taking the whole Bryan Singer thing aside, still, it does not deserve to get nominated for Best Fucking Picture. I'm like you, Diego. I predicted that it maybe if Beale Street Could Talk could be
on there instead of Bohemian Rhapsody, but no, they rather give it to a very formulaic, generic, by the numbers, and historically inaccurate movie. And once I saw it was nominated, I was pissed off. And oh my god! But as far as who I think is going to win, I feel like it's probably going to be between Roma and maybe A Star Is Born. I feel like some people, I know some people might say, what about Green Book and Bohemian Rhapsody since they won at the Golden Globes? I feel like with the whole controversy with Green Book, I feel like it doesn't have a chance now. Sorry, Andrew. And for Bohemian Rhapsody, I feel like with the whole thing with Bryan Singer, I feel like if they give it best picture, a lot of people would be fucking pissed. But
oh yeah, no, there's no way they wouldn't be. Yeah.
oh, dude.
And the ratings go even lower than before because the past two shows, the ratings have been very low. So if that were the case, oh my god, it would be a rock bottom for the Oscars.
Insanity.
Ratings, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I feel like it's probably gonna be Roma or A Star Is Born. But yeah, overall, if any one of these movies win, besides Bohemian Rhapsody, I will be fine. Just out of all the ones I think I want to win, A Star Is Born. Out of the ones are my favorite. Is my favorite. But Roma's probably.
Yeah. All right, Andrew, you have any thoughts on this category?
I really do think this year's Best Picture nominees are very underwhelming. Other than a very few, a lot of these I kind of just don't agree with. I'll start off again with the positive. Green Book getting nominated is fantastic. Again, for the millionth time in this fucking video, Green Book is my favorite movie of the year. I am very happy that it is nominated. Do I think it's going to win? No, because of the controversy, because it just sucks. But I'm just very happy it got the nomination nonetheless. But I am praying it wins. Again, Roma is fantastic. I'm very happy that it's there. I do think that is what is going to win. Either that or The Favorite, actually, I think, has a very good chance of winning. But I do choose Roma as my pick to win. So I'm very happy that it's there and probably has the potential to win. A Star Is Born, another one that I'm very, very happy about. Because I love that movie. It made my top 10 of the year. And BlacKkKlansman, another one. Black Panther, while it's not my favorite movie of the year, I'm just happy that it got nominated for the simple fact that it is a comic book movie. And I do think it's a good movie. But, like, while I wouldn't have picked that movie to be nominated, just the fact that a comic book movie got nominated, it's amazing. It's a good step forward. Hopefully, this opens the door for other comic book movies to get nominated. So, like we've been saying for such a long time, or at least I've been saying for such a long time, comic book movies are movies too. They should be nominated. The Dark Knight should have been nominated. Logan should have been nominated. I could go on and on about what should have been nominated in the past, but the fact that we finally got a comic book movie to get nominated is pretty awesome and amazing. Vice, I like the movie, but I would not have nominated that. The Favorite, again, I like that movie, but probably wouldn't. I would not nominate that. I just personally don't think it should be there. And Bohemian Rhapsody, again, Bryan Singer aside, it just shouldn't be here. It's just not a good movie. The Bryan Singer should happen, and that alone is a reason why it shouldn't be nominated. But it's just not a good enough movie to be nominated. This years of nominees just feels very underwhelming. I'm very happy Green Book is there. And some other movies like Roma, Star Is Born, and BlacKkKlansman. But other than that, and Black Panther. But other than that, like, there's so much more that should have and could have been nominated. Like, If Beale Street Could Talk, Beautiful Boy, Widows, I would say, Searching Eighth Grade, even though they were never in contention of getting nominated, they still were all better movies than Vice, The Favorite, and Bohemian Rhapsody. So,
all right, so that concludes our discussion of the Academy Award nominations. So I want to thank the people who are watching this live stream. And, of course, thank you guys for joining me in this podcast. I had fun, and we had a good conversation regarding this nomination. I thought so. So do any of you guys want to say anything before I end the podcast?
Thank you for having me on. It was great to finally be on your channel. I had a lot of fun discussing the nominations, and yeah. Woo.
Yeah, I'm happy I had you on, and MC Deadpool as well. So, all right.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, buddy. I'm glad to be on your channel finally. But yeah, thank you to me along with Mr. Andrew Hayes and Caden, Penguin God himself. But and also I'm hopefully the Oscars don't fuck up, and hopefully Bohemian Rhapsody doesn't win.
Right.
That's my one thing. Don't make Bohemian Rhapsody win. Just give it to anything else. But yeah. That's not fun.
All right, and
I think just one snub that I forgot for Best Actor, and I know Caden will 1,000% agree with me. Kyrie Irving as Uncle Drew. Where the fuck is
yes, biggest snub of all time.
I mean, and my lord, Shaq gives a career best performance in Uncle Drew. I mean, that's not that hard to do, but a career best performance.
And also, Shaq, man, that dedication, and dude, I mean, that shot in the hospital of him in his nightgown, just.
Oh man.
Oh
man. He must have really just had to get in his mind to do that. But in all seriousness. Honestly, these Oscar nominations are pretty underwhelming. There's a ton of snubs, more than usual, I want to say. I mean, there's always going to be snubs, and there's always going to be things, this should have been nominated even though it was never in contention. But, this year, there were, so many, huge snubs. With, documentary with Won't You Be My Neighbor and 3 Identical Strangers, supporting actress with Claire Foy, supporting actor with Timothée Chalamet, that's the biggest one for me. Cooper and Farley for director, Beale Street Guitar for picture. There's just so many, and not even these are kind of small. So these are all huge snubs in my opinion. First Man for score. Last year, there was, or in years past, there has been one, maybe 2, maybe even 3 huge snubs. But there's 5 or 6 huge snubs here. So, I think, overall, I'm kind of, underwhelmed by the nominees because they could have been so much better and should have been so much better. So, it just kind of, there's, I always get disappointed with the Oscars at one thing or another, but, this is the most I've been disappointed in the Oscars in such a long time. And that's saying a lot because last year, James Franco, who should have been nominated, wasn't nominated. And Jake Gyllenhaal, who is probably my biggest snub of all time, wasn't nominated. So this is probably the most disappointed I've ever been with the Oscars, to be honest.
Yeah. All right, guys. So like I said, that concludes our discussion. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys once again for joining me. I'll see you guys next time. I'll probably have a review for something soon. I don't know what yet, but we'll have to see. All right, guys. Thank you. I'll see you. Have a good one.